Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to our afternoon session of the second day of our mid-year performance review and evaluation. My name is Edwin M. Balderas Jr. of Ampon National High School, and I'm your virtual host for this afternoon. Before we proceed with the afternoon session, I am reminding everyone to fill in the attendance form using the link posted in our video description or flash on the screen. Let us start the afternoon session with a prayer, followed by an energizer from the pride of Cluster 9, the Binsat Yugyugers, through an AVP presentation.
Grasya mo upang kami mapagmahal. Dapat na tagapagpangalaga ng kalikasan. Maluwalhati ka, Panginoon, dakila sa lahat, o Panginoon. Napakabuti mo, kailan may hindi ka nagbabago, Panginoon.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Ya Allah, Kati ya Allah, papalad na miska ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim. Sa mga tawag niya wa ya Allah sikwagman ka ya Allah ya Rahman ya Rahim. Ya Allah bungi ngabi ya Allah sa mapya pamikiran ya Allah. Amo sarami ya Allah siku o kawapi siku kapagingid ya Allah pakangiginawa ya kami kay ya Allah papamagugupa kami kay ya Allah. So kalangulawan o Pilipino ya Allah sisagi nga Pilipinas ya Allah. Napakanudurugo nga kaya sa mga mapya pamikiran ya Allah siku kapagingid ya Allah. Ya Allah, naargang kar kami, Ya Allah, Rahman, Ya Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin.
Maluwalhati ka, Panginoon. Dakila sa lahat, o Panginoon. Napakabuti mo, kailanman hindi ka nagbabago, Panginoon. Panginoon.
Ready fi burn up warning, some boy splinter. Big up bad gal in a real life nothing da. When the things hotter come like a sprinter, hotter than lava anytime even in winter. Girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. Sipping while you sit on punish, yeah me in a that. So me say me girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. Smoking on you black it, yeah me in a that. You so mad girl, wine your body, yeah, all up on me, yeah, wine your body, yeah, all up on me. Girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. I think when you wine your body, yeah me in a that. Wine your boo, let me see, wine your boo, let me see, bad, bad. Wine your boo, let me see, wine your boo, let me see, bad, bad. See how you wine your boo, let me see, bad, wine your boo, let me see, bad, bad. Wine your boo, let me see, bad, wine your body, yeah me in a that. I know she want me and she know the mechanic. Top a top girl tonight you the baddest officially. On the left side I got my cup on the right got the cali. Girl block it, set it unconditionally. So me say, big man and leave the things done. Close your eyes, girl, welcome to the Shatter Kingdom. Yeah, technically Gucci now look for wisdom. Big up every girl from Japan to London. Ready for burn up warning, some boy splinter. Big up bad girl in a real life nothing da. When the things hotter come like a sprinter, hotter than lava anytime even in winter. Girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. Sipping while you sit on punish, yeah me in a that. So me say me girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. Smoking on you black it, yeah me in a that. You so mad girl, wine your body, yeah, all up on me, yeah, wine your body, yeah, all up on me. Girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. I think when you wine your body, yeah me in a that. Wine your boo, let me see, wine your boo, let me see, bad, bad. Wine your boo, let me see, wine your boo, let me see, bad, bad. See how you wine your boo, let me see, bad, wine your boo, let me see, bad, bad. Wine your boo, let me see, bad, wine your body, yeah me in a that. No matter where you come from. Big body girl, fresh, clean, drop it up down. No matter where you come from. Uptown or downtown, girl, kill on bad sound. That's what love, when the pretty girl them getting up. Anytime we compete on a better get the city locked in. Companionist, give me the best back shot, you know. Skills, mad, yeah, all of them finna. Ready for burn up warning, some boy splinter. Big up bad girl in a real life nothing da. When the things hotter come like a sprinter, hotter than lava anytime even in winter. Girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. Sipping while you sit on punish, yeah me in a that. So me say me girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. Smoking on you black it, yeah me in a that. You so mad girl, wine your body, yeah, all up on me, yeah, wine your body, yeah, all up on me. Girl, let me see how you a bad, bad. I think when you wine your body, yeah me in a that.
Thank you so much, Cluster 9, Binsat Yugyugers, for that very energetic performance. I'm reminding our viewers again to fill in your attendance using the same link that we used this morning. Also, please fill in the evaluation link right after today's sessions. The link will be flashed on the screen later. May I also remind our viewers to, if you have teachers who are not watching our Facebook Live today, to please remind them that we are about to start our sessions and they might miss some of our very important sessions for today. As a continuation of today's workshop, let us welcome once again Ma'am Lucia Sunga, Master Teacher 2 of Kalinga National High School. And the next to present their output from this morning's workshop, Ma'am Maria Trinidad Carten of Joaquin National High School. Ma'am.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. So we are waiting for Ma'am Maria Trinidad A. Carten. Hello, Ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon, Sir Edwin.
Afternoon, Ma'am. Some don't be
So
surprised,
we're
Ma'am,
waiting
na
for Ma'am
di na si
Maria.
Ma'am Karen ang MC for today, for this afternoon.
Yes, did
Okay.
you ma-surprise, sir, kadaghang talented teachers in Baguio National High School.
Thank you, Ma'am. Actually, if you notice, Ma'am Karen was one of the dancers,
Isa na
Ma'am,
jud ka
sa
diha, sir.
Kasunyan
Isa
Binsa
na ka diha.
Girls. So that's the reason why ako na ang MC
Ah,
for this
ikaw po
afternoon.
to ganin
So,
na
nagsayo
dancer
naman
po,
siya, Ma'am.
buntag, sir, no?
Yes, yes, Ma'am.
Oh, ganyan buntag, ikaw po to isa ka dancer, no?
Dili po, Ma'am. Dili, Ma'am.
Adi,
Sige.
grabing talent, no?
So
Wala
let
pa si
us
Ma'am
wait for
Maria.
Ma'am Maria Trinidad.
Wala pa siya signal, gwapo nga signal.
Before waiting, while waiting for Ma'am Maria, let me first read some of the comments from a Facebook user. Kahataw sa mga dancers, kudos po from Joaquin National High School. Actually, they are now members of Paro Paro G. Yeah. So from Vivian Alonzo, Francisco. Good afternoon, everyone. Still watching from Elias P. Dacodao, Gumalang School of Home Industries. And congratulations, Ma'am Vivian and Sir Amada. And from Ma'am Dina Bandala Salpico. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ma'am. And include your school para we will recognize your schools. Watching from Baguio Ensat, kamo na Jude from Ma'am Lizelle Caceres Hicoli. Next time, Ma'am, appeal na ka sa sayaw, Ma'am, ha? Kaya para appeal ka sa kamo na Jude. From Sir Federico Solano. Good afternoon, watching from Baguio National School of Arts and Trades. Good afternoon, sir. Okay, so there are a little changes because of some technical errors. Instead of Ma'am Maria, a teacher from Baguio NSAT will present his output from today's workshop. Let us welcome Sir Giovanni Tubal from Baguio NSAT. Hello, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon. Am I audible, Sir Edwin?
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Nasi, sir.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. And good afternoon, Doc. Good to see you again virtually. I do not hear anything. Hindi ko naririnig si Doc.
Sorry.
Naka-unmute.
Naka-mute
Hello.
po ako.
Okay.
Yes po, Job. Good
Hello, Doc.
afternoon. I'm happy
Good
to see you
afternoon.
Hello,
too.
sir. We can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Are
Yes
you going
po,
to
Doc.
present, Job?
Yes, Doc. Yes po.
Okay. Another science teacher, right?
Volunteer. Volunteer. Yes po. Am I going to
Mag-nose
share
video pa
screen
ani ron
now?
kay science na po.
Yes po.
Okay. So, are you ready now, Job? You may present now your slides.
Yes, Doc. A moment.
Okay, so Sir Giovanni, please present your screen. Okay.
Is it visible now on your end?
Gamay siya, Job. I-enlarge siya. I-zoom in siya.
Naka Microsoft Word.
I-enlarge pa, Job. Yes, Job. I-enlarge
Okay.
mo. I-zoom in mo siya.
Okay.
100 plus mo.
Yes po.
Okay. Sige.
How about that one?
Okay. Scroll up mo, Job. Para...
This one, Doc.
Okay. Klaro na, Job.
Yes po. So this is my TOS for for the quarter one, Earth and Life Science. So we have here the MELC, the number of hours allotted, percentage allocated for the test questions, and the Bloom's taxonomy cognitive. The
Okay.
We have here the number of the item numbers belonging to the specific taxonomy of cognitive
Let me up
skills.
for
Then
cognitive.
down
Um,
we have here a total. This is 40. This is 40 items
uh-huh.
only.
So
So for
uniform ang size, 40 items.
yes po, Doc.
The 40 items, that is it.
Then for the degree of difficulty, we have the easy
There
is
is
60%, 30%, then
yes,
10% for difficult. So that's the 40 items.
superficial.
Yes po. I going to proceed sa test questions, Doc?
Okay, so sa TOS muna tayo, Job.
Okay, okay po.
Okay. So I suggest na when you write your most essential learning competencies, see to it that you're going to include the code number. Di ba may
Okay.
code tayo?
Yes po.
Okay, so kindly include the code. Then, uh, as what I observe here, there is no item for difficult. And difficult is 10%, right?
Yes, Doc.
Uh, so, if possible, try to include four
Okay.
items, difficult four items. Because
Noted, Doc.
the total number of items here is 40. So,
Yes.
10% of it is 4. So, try to include 4 items difficult. It is for the fast learner. So, this difficult item is for the fast learners.
Noted,
So,
Doc.
we'll see if the fast learners can answer the difficult question.
Noted.
Okay lang, Job.
Yes po. Noted, Doc. Thank you.
No
Thank you.
violent
Thank you for that.
action.
No po. Well taken po.
Okay, so can we proceed now to your MCQ?
This one. Are you seeing it now, Doc?
Okay, thank you, Job. Okay, up. Scroll up. Sphere. Okay, check. Sige, up. Up pa. Okay, sige pa. Okay, sige pa, Job.
Yes, yes, Doc.
Yes, sir. Okay, check. Okay, some more. Okay, up. 14, 15. Shifting that's not now. Okay, up. Okay. Okay, 19, 20. sige, apa. Okay. Sige, up. $25. Okay, thoughts are my. Okay. Okay, 31. Okay. Okay, Job. The
Yes,
last
Doc.
part. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
So, very good, Job. So, murag gamay lang kaayo ang ako nakita nga uh, items that your alternatives or your choices are not arranged, but
yes.
majority of the choices are arranged orderly. Okay, and also
Yes,
the
Doc.
number they are arranged, but there are some choices here that they are not in parallel structure, no?
Yes,
So kung
Doc.
word, then phrase, then sentence. And also
Yes.
here, yung mga numbers mo, they are also arranged in order, in proper order.
Yes, Doc.
Okay, so maganda. Are you a division test developer job?
Yes po, Doc.
Ah, ganda ang presentation mo. Congratulations, Job.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc.
Yun lang. Maganda ang presentation mo.
Thank you po.
So well evaluated by your uh, superior, no? Your master teacher or your department head. So congratulations. And
Thank you,
thank
Doc.
you for your presentation.
Yes po.
I don't know
Sa
Welcome
inyo
if
na
po.
ko.
the other participants, if they have any remarks. Okay, Sir Edwin, do we have another? Is Ma'am Cartin around?
Hello, ma'am. We don't have any more presenters for today, ma'am,
Wala na.
because
So
Ma'am
only
Maria has a problem
Giovanni.
with her signal, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you very much, Giovanni. And also, Ma'am Narval. Hello, Jube.
Yes, Doc. Welcome, Doc.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you din po.
I take this opportunity. I hope you're happy with my grade.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you po. Good to see you again here. Thank you, Doc.
Okay.
Thank you
So,
so much, ma'am.
yes.
Lucia
So, Sir
Sunga.
Edwin, I think
Yes,
there's
ma'am.
there's no more presenter this afternoon. So maybe we can proceed to the original uh, presenter this afternoon, no? Ma'am Abinuha and Ma'am Anabiso. Am I right?
Yes, thank you, ma'am. And congratulations to Ma'am Narval and Sir Tubal for presenting. So that ends our workshop on aligning assessment to the most essential learning competencies using multiple choice questionnaires. The next session will be another interactive discussion with a presentation of topic from our speaker, followed by a workshop and a presentation of sample outputs from the lucky schools who will be selected for this afternoon. So without further delay, please help me welcome Ma'am May M. Abinoha, Teacher 2 of Kalina National High School, for her discussion on assessment using Google Form. I'm pretty sure everyone is now ready and excited to listen to our speaker. Once again, a virtual applause for our speaker, Ma'am May M. Abinoha.
Yes, hello Sir Edwin. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
So you can hear me, sir? Okay yung audio, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, to our Cluster 7 and Cluster 9 PSDS, Sir Fortunato B. Sagayno, to all the principals of Cluster 7 and 9, fellow educators, good afternoon. Okay, my topic for this afternoon is all about Google Forms. So how Google Forms help us in assessing our learners. But before we start, okay, let us first pick two lucky schools who will be presenting their assessment output using the Google Forms. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. So right now, mag-pick tayo ng dalawang schools na mag-present. Okay? Okay, the first school is the Ampon National High School. Okay, the other one. Okay, Dominga National High School. Okay, Ampon National High School and Dominga National High School, congratulations. So you will be the one to present the assessment test sample output later during our presentation session time. Okay. So my topic for today, this afternoon, is all about Google assessment using Google Forms. Okay, the objective of this topic is to create a summative test using different features in Google Forms. So, what is really a Google Form? So, a Google Form is a free online software for creating surveys and questionnaires. So, I'm very sure that you are very familiar with this because when we do pag may mga webinars, may mga surveys, may mga evaluation, attendance link, so yung ginagamit natin is Google Forms. So, the best thing for Google Form is that we collect the responses in real time. So, and analyze responses with automatic summaries. So, nala siya mga graph, depende sa imong gusto nga presentation. So, mag-create po na siya og mga responses to surveys from anywhere. Laptop, cellphones. So, kahit saan ka, pwede mong i-access yung Google Form mo. So, we can also send our Google Forms na polish na, so maganda na yung presentation niya. So, in totality, so Google Form makes our life easier. Kumbaga. Okay. So right now, I will be presenting to you ano yung mga different types of test questionnaires na magagamit natin sa Google Forms na ma-apply natin siya. So, i-present ko muna siya para after pag mag-actual tayo, may idea na kayo kung ano yung features na yung itsura niya. The first one is the short or paragraph answer. So, ito yung mga question na open-ended. So, magtatanong ka, tapos sasagot yung bata kung ano yung gusto niyang i-answer. So, kung gusto mo lang short, konti lang yung answer niya, pwede din in paragraph form, Google Form is have that application. The next one is the multiple choice. Usually, ito yung ginagawa natin ng mga form of type of questioning sa ating summative test. For example, mag-question ka, congestion used to be a bigger problem in a network because it was more common for networks to use hub than switches. as network administrator, how will you address the problem? So, ang ipipick ng bata, piliin niyo yung tama. Okay? That is for the multiple choice. The next one is the check boxes. So, ito yung itsura ng check boxes na type of questions. So, i-check lang ng bata kung ano yung tamang answer. The next one is the drop down. So, ito yung type na questionnaires. Usually, I choose this type of question kasi para konti lang yung makikita nila sa sa Google Form. Tapos, they'll just click this one, the choices, and then pipili lang sila dyan sa mga drop-down choices. Usually, ito yung ginagamit ko mas para hindi mataas yung form. Okay, the next one is the multiple choice grid. So, students can pick or choose multiple answers on the given grid. So, if you notice, doon sa sa evaluation natin, naaman po di siya, mga evaluation forms. Makikita niyo naman yan siya. Okay, yan yung multiple choice. Can you just inform me if I am too fast? Para at least ganyan talaga ako mag-talk. Minsan, na ako eh. So, tuloy-tuloy na. But anyway, let's continue. Okay, the check box grid. So, ito yung usually ginagamit pag mag-true or false. So, pipili siya ng sagot dyan. I-check lang niya. So, usually pag true or false yung ginagamit ko na form of questioning, ito yung ginagamit ko. The next one is the file upload. Actually, in our summative test, hindi naman talaga tayo nagbigay ng file. Pero for the purpose of demonstrating the different features in Google Form, ito is at least makikita nyo paano. So students can upload their performance task. If you want them to create a drawing or a PDF file to be sent to you, so pwede mong i-add doon sa Google Form. Okay? Guess, yun lang, di ba? Ang dali lang. So right now, actually, ang nambiling ko pala, 1, 2, 3, 4 yan siya. Okay, right now, so i-demonstrate ko na sa inyo ngayon paano magawa ng summative test. So actually, those are mga multiple choice na mga different form of test questioning sa mga bata nato. No? And then, right now, i-demonstrate ko kung paano magawa ng summative test using Google Form. So this is a very simple step-by-step. Okay, first step, log in to your Gmail account or Google, your DepEd account. So kung mag-log in na tayo, so ito na yung itsura ng natin account, Gmail. Then click the Google Apps icon. So if you notice, ito daw siya na icon. So saan siya makikita dito sa account niyo? Okay? This one here on the upper right, Google Apps. After that one, click nyo yan siya. Look for the forms. Okay, ito yung forms. After ng forms, i-click nyo siya. So, ito yung lalabas. So, may start, new forms, may blank quiz. Okay? So, next is i-click nyo yung blank quiz. Blank quiz ang gamitin natin kasi naka-set up na siya. Maka-add na kayo ng answer key. Kasi kung blank ang i-click nyo, may gagawin pa kayo sa setting. Since you are making the summative test, a form of quiz, so i-click natin yung blank quiz. Okay. So ito ngayon yung features inside the blank quiz. Okay, meron muna akong i-screen dito, ha? Para maalam natin yung mga parts. Okay. If this is, di ba, ito yung blank quiz na pinik natin kanina. So, on this part here, the upper part, ito yung mga title wherein, dyan yung isusulat yung mga title ng quiz nyo. Ito, blank. Ito yung nakabutang blank quiz. Kasi blank pa man, so, dyan pa kayo mag-edit ng title. Sa baba, so gusto nyo lagyan ng description. Pwede din dito. Dito is yung mga questions nyo. Dito yung sulat yung mga questions nyo. And below that is the choices. Kung saan yung mga choices nyo. Sa baba ng choices is the answer key wherein you put points at iselect nyo yung tama. So, nag-navigate muna tayo what is inside the blank quiz for Google Form para pag try natin later, mas madali natin, familiar na tayo sa mga parts niya. Okay. This one here is the type of questions. When you click this arrow, there are different types of questions na makikita nyo. The multiple choice, okay, the multiple choice, the, ano yung sabi ko nila, the short and the paragraph form, okay, the checkbox, okay, the drop down, okay. This one here sa baba, trust bin yan siya. So, if you want na yung question mo mali, you want to delete it, so click mo lang yan. Okay, the duplicate question, for example, this question, may question ka na, and you want it na, ay, kapoy naman kayo mag-add, mag-click sa add, so duplicate mo lang, so magiging dalawa ito. So, doon ka na mag-edit, pwede. The required button here, i-enable mo talaga yan siya para walang ma-miss yung bata sa quiz. Kasi hindi siya mag-move forward or magsasubmit pag may blank. So, dapat naka-enable yung required. Ito. Okay. This one on the right side, itong mga icons na to, pag ito yung click mo, that is the add questions if you want to add another questions. The second one is the import questions. So, if in case meron ka ng questions dati, and gusto mong kunin, ayaw mo nang mag-type uli, ika-copy mo na lang siya, import mo na lang siya, so you click this one, import question. Then, if you want to add titles or description to your quiz, i-click mo din to. Then, if you want to add image and video, dito din i-click mo. Pero in our summative test, we really don't, di ba hindi naman tayo nag-add ng mga videos? But later on, if magawa kayo ng mga form of quizzes, yung mga daily form of assessments and yung mga bata, wherein it would also help them review the lessons, you can also add the video or the image. Okay. Then, on the upper portion, add-ons. So, may mga add-ons din si Google Form. For example, if you want to add a timer, pwede din, is add-ons. But if you're going to add add-ons to your Google Form, be sure you are not using your DepEd account. Because the DepEd account is managed by the division DepEd. So, ibig sabihin, if you want to add different add-ons, magpapaalam pa yan sa admin. So, kung mag-add kayo ng timer, gusto nyo lagyan ng timer yung summative nyo, so gamitin nyo yung Gmail na account nyo. Huwag yung DepEd. Okay? Themes, this one here. So, the themes, if you want to polish your summative test, so itong ipipick mo. So, dito maka-change ka ng color, maka-add ka ng logos, dito sa themes. Ito. Then, if you want to see also the preview of your summative test, before mo siya i-publish, you can pick this one, the preview button. Okay? So, before mo, tingnan mo muna, ano kaya itsura ng summative ko? Okay na ba siya? Wala na ba siyang error? So, i-preview muna siya. So, ikaw muna yung mag-answer doon before mo siya ipapublish. So, same other, ito naman itong undo, redo. So, very familiar na yan sa inyo. Pag nagkamali kayo, i-undo nyo lang, or redo nyo lang. Okay. So, once done na siya, itong button na send, that is the publish. So, ipapublish mo na yung exam mo. Ibig sabihin nun, ready na siya. So, once i-click mo na to, it will give you the link. Ika-copy mo at i-send mo doon sa group, sa GC nyo ba, or mag-add ka ng mga, invite mo lang yung mga participants na mag-take ng quiz mo or ng summative mo. So, yun, dito mo siya makikita. Okay. This one here, the responses, dito mo mabu-view at madadownload yung mga responses ng mga learners natin. Okay? Later, makikita natin yan siya pag mag-actual na tayo. Then the settings, dito is, if you want, dito mo ma-change yung, if you want your quiz na magre-respond sa mga students, magsasubmit ng result, if you want to reshuffle your questions, so dito mo isi-setting yan. So if you notice the features of the Google Forms are very easy only. Madali lang siya. So okay? So familiar na kayo sa different parts of the creating a quiz in the Google form. So if ready na kayo, sige, let's get started. Okay. So, hindi ko na siya. So, dito na tayo. So, this is the blank form. Yung sinabi ko kanina. Okay? So, if this is your quiz, so, lagay tayo ng title dito. So, you can add, ano yung gusto nyo na title? For example, sa akin is quarter. So, sa akin, quarter summative test. Example lang ha. For CSS grade 12. Okay. So, first is, you're going to click this one to enter your first question. So, definitely, you're going to ask the name of the students. So, lagay mo dyan yung last name niya para alam mo sino yung nag-answer. Okay. So, lagay mo yan siya. So, short answer, if you notice, the type of question, may choices dito. The short, the paragraph. Okay. So, depende na sa inyong choices. Then, you have to put required. So, dapat talaga kasi para hindi niya ma-miss yung name niya. So, enable mo siya. Okay? Enable mo siya. Second is, so wala mang answer key kay, wala mang answer key yung name. Okay, let's proceed. So, if ano pa yung gusto mong questions, just click here, add questions. Click add, then another questions is being added. So, if you want to ask them, ano yung gusto mo laman, male, female ba siya? Okay. So, add ka ng question, sex. Para at least pag-generate mo, pag-consolidate mo sa mga responses later, alam mo yung male lahat, female lahat, mas madali lang siyang i-filter. Okay, sex. So, ano man yung option? Kung gamitin mo yung multiple choice, you can use the multiple choice. Okay, let us see. Multiple choice yung pinili ko. So, first is male. Then, add another one. Female. Automatic, male and female. Then, again, you must enable the required button. Okay, if there are different sections that you would like to answer the summative test, online summative test, so add ka naman ng questions. So you want to get the sections of the different learners na mag-answer. Add ka naman ng questions. So, section. So, ano yung section mo? Kung gusto mo multiple choice, drop down, pwede din. Try natin yung drop down. Okay. Ano yung section niya? For example, sa akin, ICT 1, ICT 2, ICT 3. Okay, then, enable. So, meron ka ng first 3 questions. So, now, let's go to the proper test. So, mag-add ka na ng question mo. So, if you want to add a title, sabihin mo doon, instructions. So, ito yung i-click mo. Add title and description. Lakaan na to ha, ang screen. Okay. I-click mo tong add title and description. Okay. If you notice, may title na siya. After the section, the name, the sex, and the section, may title na siya. So, dun ka maglalagay ng instruction mo. For example, sa test 1. Sample lang to ha. So, mas madali kung if you're going to use your ready-made TQs, para i-copy-paste nyo na lang siya. So, i-open nyo na lang yung TQ nyo, then i-copy-paste nyo na lang. So, here, i-paste ko siya. So, test 1, analyze the situation and choose the correct answer. Yun yung instruction mo. Okay. After that one, so meron ka ng title. So, add questions ka na. Add questions. Okay? So, first questions, example, mag-use ka ng type of question as multiple choice. So, copy mo na lang yung question mo doon sa ready-made mo na TQ, then, paste it here sa question. Okay? And since multiple choice yung pinili ko, add ako ng mga choices. For example, choice number 1, apply subnetting. Okay, kayo din dyan ha, mag-try din kayo. Second, topology. Okay. Next is, okay. Okay, right now, I have the questions and the choices. So ngayon, ang gagawin ko naman is the answer key. Kung tama ang sagot ng bata, may points. Kung wala, kung mali, is 0 points. Okay. Click nyo lang tong answer key button here. If you notice, 0 point pa siya. It's because wala pa tayong nalagay na point. So, i-click natin yung answer key. If you notice here, meron siyang points. So, if you want this question to be 1 point, if the learner got correct answer, 1 point, click nyo lang, add nyo lang 1, and then pick kung saan dito yung tama na answer, which is the correct answer. So, check ko to. Ito kasi yung tama. So, if you notice, may check siya, selected na yung tama. Okay. If in case, so may add answer feedback. So, if in case lang ha, gusto nyong mag-feedback sa bata kung tama yung answer niya. If you want also the students to review the lessons, click nyo lang yan siya. If incorrect, so for the purpose of demonstration, ano yung mga parts ng Google Form, de-demonstrate ko to anong function ito. Pero actually, in creating our summative test, wala man yun na siya. We do not include the video, di ba? So, pero for the sake of demonstration, at least I could share it also to you how. Para in case you're going to make your formative or whatever test you're going to give to your students during the weekly assessment of your students, and then you want the students to check if kung mali siya, you can assist the students by merely clicking, adding the lessons para ma-review niya din yung lessons. Okay, pag incorrect, pwede kang mag-add ng feedback. Kindly or please review your lesson. Okay, so pwede kang mag-add ng video din. So, i-click mo lang tong tab. This one here, the link and the video. Pag i-click mo siya, so you can search. For example, my question number 1 is about subnetting. So, I would click subnetting. Okay, then search. If you notice, may mga video na. So, what's this? Subnetting. How to subnet. Subnet mask. Okay, so if this is the video that you are trying to want the students to review, just select and then click select. Then, save mo. Pero kung if you want also a feedback, pag correct yung students mo, you can also add feedback. Great, good job. Okay. Okay, great. You got it a correct answer. So, depende sa inyo. Okay? So, then click save. Later, makikita mo ano yung result. Ano yung itsura nung nag-add ka ng video. Okay. Next is, tapos ka na sa question number 1. Then, let us proceed to another question. You're going to add another question. Okay. Click add question. Then, right now, we are going to make a questions using the check boxes. Okay? Kanina, multiple choice yun ha. Ngayon, check boxes na naman tayo. Okay. So, same. You're going to write the question here. So, like what I've said, copy-paste na lang para madali sa TQ nyo. Okay. Then, options. So, copy nyo yung mga option, mga choices nyo doon sa TQs nyo. Okay, di ba mas easy, mas madali kung copy-paste lang. Oh, no hassle na si teacher, no? Okay, copy-paste lang. So, same procedure. Go to the answer key. Same pa rin siya. Then, add points kung 1. And then, pick the correct answer. Then, done. Click. Don't forget to enable the required. Okay. Okay, done ka na sa second mo using the check boxes. Then, if in case dalawang answer niya, sa isang question, so balik ka dito sa answer key, pick ka din ng isa. Okay. Kung dalawang answer niyan. Okay? So, make it 2 points. Depende na sa inyo. Okay. Next, another one, if you're going to add another question. So, itong ginawa ko, I'm using the add question button. Pag duplicate naman ang i-click nyo dito, pag click nyo ng duplicate, so ikakopy niya yung existing na question nyo. So, if you notice na duplicate niya, so i-change ko na lang siya. So, next question is I'm going to use the drop down. Okay, drop down na. Okay. So, sa drop down, add na naman tayo ng questions. Copy-paste na lang tayo. And then, okay. So, yan. So, drop down. So, ito yung mga choices mo. Then, you're going to add the answer key. Okay? Kung hindi ito ang mga tamang sagot, and then you want it 1 point only, pick nyo lang yung tamang sagot. Okay? I-remove nyo lang. Paano mag-remove? I-check. I-select nyo lang yung mali. Okay? If this is the correct answer, if example, this is not the correct answer, i-select nyo lang ulit, then choose the correct answer. Then, click done. So, tatlo na. Diba? We have done with the multiple choice, the checkbox, and the drop down. The next one is, add na naman tayo. Let us see. Ano ang next ng drop down? Okay, file upload. Okay, try natin yung file upload para alam nyo kung paano. But actually, as what I've said in our summative test, we do not ask for to submit a file. But pag mag-performance task tayo, usually pagawa tayo ng mga drawing or an illustration, yun, pwede natin siyang gamitin. Especially yung mga bata nato na malayo at hindi makasubmit ng mga output nila. So you can use this one, the file upload. Okay, paano? Okay, so select natin yung file upload. Okay, let respondents upload files to Drive. Okay, click continue. Sa upload to ha, i-demonstrate ko na lang at least alam nyo. So, kung mag-question tayo, so, kung mag-upload, so meron kang mga direction. So, you want the students to create. Example. So, example lang ka. So, direction image. So, image ang gina-upload natin. So, imagine you an IT in a school. You were asked by the school principal to design a network for 20 computers in a 2-story building. So, the teachers asked you to draw your own hybrid network topology. So, since you are asking for a drawing, so dapat meron ka ding rubrics na ipa-follow. So, paano mag-add ng rubrics dito? So, add ka lang dito ng image. So, dapat meron ka ng naka-ready na image ng rubric mo. So, click mo lang to. Then, mag-upload ka ng file kung ano yung, saan yung file na gusto mo. Okay? Then, kung sa dito, upload mo, browse. So, kung meron kang mga pictures, or whatever, na meron kang ready dyan, you can use it to upload. Pili ka lang dyan. For example, this is the rubrics. Hanap tayo, may rubric ba ako dito? For example, ito. Bato, picture. So, sample lang ako ha, mag-add lang ako ng ng image para makikita niyo lang yung niya, tira niya. So, okay? So, that means ito, pwede mo siyang liitan yung rubrics mo, for example. Okay? So, yan. Then, allow, so may choices. Allow only specific file. Yes, kung gusto mo, lang, image lang, drawing lang, presentation, depende sa'yo. PDF file lang ba siya? So, nasa sa'yo na yun. Since drawing man to, so, ang i-click ko, the image and the drawing lang. Yung dalawa. So, maximum number of files to be uploaded. So, isa lang man yung gina-request ko, di one lang. So, the maximum size of file. So, depende sa inyo. Kung until 100 MB yung gusto niyo, pwede niya i-cater, okay lang. So, since naka-DepEd man tayo, so, di ba, yung storage natin malaki. Okay? So, wala tayong problema sa storage. Okay, so pwede mo i-100 MB. Then, automatic, itong folder kung saan magsasubmit yung bata, automatic, mapupunta sa Google Drive mo. Okay? Then, click required. So, sa answer key mo, wala hindi mo pa man siya pwedeng i-score kung tama, di ba? Ikaw man ang mag-check niyan. So, later mo na lang siya once you view the output. Okay? Next one. So, done with the file upload. Next one. Okay, the linear scale. Ito yung linear scale. Ito yung example na question we're in. When you say, rate, how are you today? How are you today? One as the highest, unsa bala siya, how are you going to rate your classmate in performing their presentation? So rate from 1 to 5. So 1 is the lowest, 5 is the highest. Okay? So pwede pa siya, how are you today? For example, sample lang yun siya ha. How are you today? For example, so ang ginamit natin na type of question is the linear scale. So 1 is the not bad. Fine, okay? Then highest is very happy or whatever. So at least a sample lang ito para makita niyo siya. Okay, then required. So that is the form of questions sa linear. Yan lang. So 1, ano yun? Ang 5, ano yun siya? Then another type of questions is the multiple choice grid. So ito yung pinakita ko kanina. Okay. Same. You're going to write your answer. Okay. So, dapat tayo na answer. Kuha naman tayo ng test questions doon sa ating PQ. Example. My example is the Triton company asked you to network 3 different departments, accounting, marketing, and finance. Given the subnet of 30, assign a valid IP address that will successfully work in your network. So here, so row na to, yung mga choices mo. For example, ito yung mga choices ko. I-paste lang. Then sa columns is yung mga different departments na given by the question. Okay. So answer key. Okay. answer key. So since tatlo man, so I would choose ako ng kung tama ito ang ma-pick niya. So meron akong ano yung tama dito? For example, this one. Dito, ano yung tama dito? Sa marketing, ano kayang IP address? Okay. For example, yun yung mga correct answers. Then click done. Then of course, required. Okay? The next one is, ano yung next na naman natin? Is the checkbox read. Almost done na tayo, no? Almost done na tayo. Okay. Ito yung example ko kanina na I am using the true or false questions. Okay. Sige, copy tayo ng questions doon sa TQ natin again para mas madali. Lagyan natin dito. Then, okay. I-demonstrate ko itong itong import questions ha. For example, I have already made questions para magamit natin I have already made questions previously na create ko sa Google Form. So I don't want to type it again. So i-merge, i-import ko na lang siya dito. Okay? Click ko tong import questions. Again ha, what I'm doing right now is to import questions that I have already previously made sa aking Google Form. Okay? Click ko tong import question. So, automatic, it will direct you to your drive. Okay, example, meron akong test question dito. I-select ko yung Google Form ready-made ko, then select. Automatic, if you notice, lahat ng questions ko dito sa sample quiz ko is nandito lahat. Okay. So, sa true or false, ito. Ito yung gagamitin ko, no? True or false. Saan ba ito? Ito. So, i-select ko lang siya. Select. Then, click import. So, ito ha. Select the questions that you want to import. Then, click import. If you notice, dito sa aking active na quiz, automatic, andito na lahat. So I don't have to type it all over. Diba? Mas madali. Okay. So, i-remove na lang natin ito isa. It's because nag-import naman ako. So, delete lang kung ayaw mo to. So, that is the functions of import question. So, you don't have to type everything. Even the answer key, andyan na lahat. So, kinuha mo lang yung previously form of questions mo, mga past questions mo, import mo siya sa latest mo na summative. Okay? Then, click done. Okay, next. Ano yung next pa ba? May next pa ba na, So, wala na. So, the date and time, if you want to add date or time, or actually, if you're going to make a form, Google Form, may time stop kasi siya eh. So, no need na mag-add ng time. It's because when they log in and when you are going to generate the responses, automatic may time stop siya. So, kung anong oras siya it will reflect. Okay? At the same time, the date. Kung kailan siya answer. Okay? So, ano pa ba? So, I guess, yun lang, yung mga different forms of questions na available ng Google Form. So, ito yon. So, once you are done, check natin dito sa responses. So, nasa ano pa tayo ha? Creating our quiz, summative test pa tayo ha? So, responses. So, in the responses, so wala pang nagre-response. So, dito, if you can see this one, create spreadsheet. During ito sa responses, pag may magre-response na. Itong tatlong dot dito sa gilid, you're going to click this one, get email notification for your responses, get responses destination, and you can download the responses. So, itong mga unlinked form, wala pa to kasi wala pa mga response. later pag may mag-response, mag-enable yan siya. So ditong download responses, dito nyo ikukunin yung mga responses ng mga bata later on. Okay. The settings. Okay, settings. Since yung sinelect natin kanina, the blank form is a blank quiz, so automatic, naka-enable na siya. Then, if you want to release the grade, immediately after submission, you can. Depende niya sa anong gusto nyo. Or, you want it later after manual review. Pwede din. So later, ibig sabihin, para hindi malaman ng bata, actually, for example, if going to send the summative test to the group, for example, of the students, mga 5 students sila, for example, because these 5 students cannot are far from you, and then, so the only means of communicating with them or sending them all the assessment is through online, for example, that one. Because I have also students like that na malayo. So, what I did is, I just, all my quizzes and the summative, so, ginasend ko lang through Google. So, since isa lang man siya, so, at least it would help him na hindi siya mahirapan. Updated din siya. Okay. So, what I did is, later ko na sinesend sa kanya yung result. So, para hindi niya malaman ano yung mali niya, later na pag tapos na yun, nakatake na lahat, so, dun ko pa sinesend sa kanya yung result. So, para hindi siya makabigay ng tamang answers sa mga classmates niya. Okay. So, this one, the lock mode, itong lock mode, actually, if we have only an account, sa school account ng Google, the lock mode is the students cannot. So, ano yung magandang features ng lock mode pag naka-enable siya? The students cannot navigate other tab. So, kung ano lang yung link na sinend mo, hindi siya maka-open ng iba pang link para maka-search. Okay? Yun yung advantage ng lock mode. Itong lock mode, pag i-on nyo siya. But, this lock mode is only available if the account of the teacher and account of the student is provided by the school. So, ibig sabihin nun, bayad. So, premium account. Kasi may Chrome workspace kasi na ipoprovide. So, if hindi tayo, premium, plan, so, hindi natin magagamit ang lock mode. Si teacher, okay, but the students, hindi man tayo makabigay sa kanya ng Gmail account niya at DepEd. So, if in case yung school natin is makaano ng premium account, for example, my name at cnhs.edu at yan. So, .gov, okay, whatever. So, then the students also, for example, name niya at CNHS or name of your school. So, itong lock mode is applicable. So, hindi yan siya pwede. Okay. Dito sa respondent settings, missed questions, respondent can see which questions were answered incorrectly. Okay, pwede niya makita. Pero kung ayaw mong automatic makita niya, later na, wag muna. Okay? So, correct answers, wag muna. Kung ang setting mo is immediately after its submission. Pero kung later mo na yan siya, walang problema kasi makikita man niya yung mga correct answers and wrong answers when you release the grades. Okay, so the missed questions and correct questions will be available sa students when you release the grade. Pero kung immediately after the exam, pag-submit, alam niya kaagad yan kung anong mali. So may tendency na ma-inform niya si classmate na, oy, yung sa number ganito pala ang answer. Or mapicturan niya. Okay. So, for me, I always choose this one later after manual review. So, as long as alam ko na nakasubmit na nakabalik na lahat yung hard copy ng summative test, so dun ko pa siya i-release sa kanya. So, at least wala na siyang kasi nakasubmit naman lahat. Okay. So, this one, responses, for example, okay, if this later, if ito yung releasing grades later na after manual review, So definitely, you have to collect an email. So, i-collect mo talaga yan siya kasi automatic naman yan siya. Pag magsabi kang released grades, randomly, i-release man yan siya kung ano yung merong email address. So, kung ganyan ang setup mo, automatic dapat, i-required mo talaga siya. Ang email. Okay? Send responders a copy of their responses. So, when requested, or always, depende na sa inyo. Okay, kung i-always mo. So, release grades manually and send response copies. So, manually pa rin. So, later mo na isi-send pag okay na, nasa iyo na lahat. Okay? Allow response editing. So, for example, response can change after being submitted. So, definitely hindi, no? So, tayo, pag masubmit na ng bata, dapat hindi niya ma-change. So, pwede nyo i-enable, pwede pong delete, pero dapat delete siya. Hindi dapat siya i-enable para hindi niya ma-change. Pero kung gusto nyo i-enable, nasa inyo na yun. So, okay, requires sign-in. Restrict to users in DepEd. So, wag kasi hindi man sila lahat, student natin, wala ma-account sa DepEd. So, disable natin yan siya. Limit to 1 response. Yes. So, kung summative test, 1 response lang siya. Okay? So, kung limit mo siya, pag ililimit mo siya to 1, definitely the student should sign in to the Google. Actually, right now, most of our students, may Google account na yan sila. It's because most of them, almost, most of them have a Facebook account. So meron yan silang users account. So, almost of them, siguro mga 70% may Google account na yan sila. So, magla-login lang yan sila. Okay, so sa file upload, kung mag-limit ka ng total size for all upload files 1G, pwede. Pwede ka din mag 1 terabyte, mag 10G, depende na sa inyo. Okay? So presentation, ano na sa presentation? If you want to show a progress bar, pwede din. Kung makikita mo yung ilan ang nag-answer sa number 1, number 2, number 3, okay, pwede din. Shuffle question order, you can do it. But if you have a test 1, test 2, what will happen is that pag i-shuffle mo yan, yung test 1 mo, mauuna, yung test 2 mo, depende yan siya. So, since summative test man tayo, kung mag-reshuffle man kayo ng question, so, all na isa lang sa test 1. Yan. So, confirmation messages. So, if the students have submitted the quiz, may response na your response has been recorded. So, depende sa iyo, you can edit that one. So, click lang edit, ikaw na bahala ano gusto mo. Okay. Show link to submit another response. Disabled siya. It's because you limit it only to 1 response. Okay. Use summary result. Share result summary with respondents. Disable mo siya kasi summative test siya eh. Okay. Then, defaults. Mga defaults na to. So, collect email by defaults. So, yun na yan siya. So, ito yun siya yung settings. So, hindi lang ako mag-answer ng, ano ko lang siya ha, hindi ko lang siya i-limit ha, kasi mag-sample tayo eh, para makita natin yung result. Mag-try muna ako ng hindi ko i-limit. Okay. This one is the add-on button. Yung sinabi ko kanina, so email notification kung mag-add ka, pero since I cannot add, it's because I am using the DepEd account. So, pag Gmail ang gamit nyo, you can add on the timer, you can add certificate for who wants to take the exam. After taking the exam, they can receive certificates. Yun, ganun, pwede yun sa add-ons. But use your Gmail account. Okay, the themes, the customized themes here, like what I've said earlier. Okay, here you can choose image, the top portion sa imuhang quiz. For example, mga colors, the background, the font. Ito yung themes. This one is the preview. Okay, like what I've said kanina, you can preview your sample summative test before publishing it. So, try natin check to. Paano itsura ng summative natin. click the preview. So, ganito yung itsura ng ano mo, summative test mo, which we created ngayon lang. Okay. So, if you want it to polish, gaya ng sabi ko, medyo maganda siya at is attractive siya, so you're going to go back to your blank form here, the upper portion, click back, and then choose image. For example, may mga ready themes naman dyan. Okay, click ka lang. For example, schools. Ito kay, this one, it's because, let's try to look pictures that would fit. For example, this one, kay summative man. For example, that one. Select the picture, the image that you want to add, then click insert. So if you notice, may ano na siya, image na siya sa taas. You can change the color also if you want. Okay, this one. Okay? May mga ganyan, the background. Depende na sa inyo yung gusto nyo. So, napapolish na yung ano nyo, yung summative test nyo, mas maganda tingnan. Okay, let us look at again. So, click the preview. That's one. Okay? Mas attractive na siya tingnan, di ba? Mas maganda na tingnan. Okay, try tayong mag-answer. Okay. Email. Okay, collect ng email. So, may that, ano daw, at deped.gov.ph. Then, first name, last name. Okay, last name daw una. Okay, Abinoha. May, okay. Text, email, section, ICT1. Okay, if you notice the drop down, ito yung magiging itsura niya. The multiple choice, yan. Ito yung short and paragraph form. Open-ended, di ba? So, test 1. So, may question. We're using here the multiple choice. So, saan daw dito ang answer? Okay. If in case mali yung answer ko, kasi dito man ako nag-add ng video, di ba? Yan. Then, second, in designing or planning a network, blah, 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 points, data within the flow. For example, sociological. Then, ito yung drop down. Okay, your client asks you to check if the computer network communicates with another device across the network. As an IT, what specific method of troubleshooting will you perform to determine whether his computer can communicate with another device across the network? So, ano kaya yung tama? Okay, how are you going to diagnose? Okay, direction, image. Image na hiningi. Imagine you were an IT in a school and you were asked to design a network of 20 computers. So you have already done. So naka-drawing ka na. So napicturan mo na siya. So add file ka lang. So upload mo yung file. Select from your device. Example, ito yung file ko. Okay, upload ko lang siya. Then click upload. Uploading. Okay. So, ito naman yung linear scale. So, 1, how are you today? 1, ang fine. 5, ang very happy. So, very happy. Okay? So, ito yung multiple, multiple choice na grid. Okay? Pili ka. Saan yung mga tamang answers for the specific, Yan. The checkbox. So, true or false, hybrid is a topology that has a tree structure in which all the computers are connected. For example, false, true, false. Okay. Then, submit. Okay, your response has been recorded. Okay, saan mo makikita yung response? Yung ito, may response na 1. Okay, balik ka dun sa blank form mo. After that one, sample tayo. Then, if you notice, may response na siya. Click natin yung response. Okay. If you notice, meron siya ditong, okay, questions, wala siya nasa, okay. 6 lang yung score, no? Then ito, release grade. Pag once makikita mo na lahat ng mga ano niya, mga answer niya, okay, itong ano, yung nag-upload siya ng file. If you want to check this one, just go to the folder view and then you put grades kung gusto nyo. Okay? So, makikita mo yung mga responses. Pag once okay na, i-release mo yung grades. So, i-release ko. So, I would send copy to the student. Release score. So, if the students, may mga email to dito pag lahat sila nag-respond. So, automatic, send and release. Kung selected lang, for example, not all, kung ilan lang yung bigyan mo, 3 lang, okay, ipipick mo na lang. Pero kung lahat, bigyan mo, then release. So, let me check sa email ko kung may ma-receive akong response. Okay, check ko yung email ko ha, dito. Okay. So, Google Forms. Okay, refresh. Summative test, quarter 3. So, I receive email. Check ko. So, my score is 6 out of 11. I-view ko yon. So, the students can view the responses. Saan siya nagkamali? Ano yung tama niya? Okay? Responses. Okay. So, dito, sa may error siya. So, the students can review the lesson siya. Ay, ba't ako mali? Dapat pala apply ako ng subnetting pag may congestion. So, ano ba yung subnetting? So, please review your lesson so the students can click play the image.
What is a subnet
Okay.
mask? So that is the topic of this video. Now, before we talk
So,
about what a subnet mask is,
So,
let's talk
play
about
siya.
what an IP address is.
So,
An
okay
IP
siya.
address is an identifier.
So, the students, you can help immediately the students na need a refresh about the topic. For although in our summative test, wala ni siya ha. This is just an additional feature so that you would know and you can create your Google form that would help immediately the students review the lessons if in case mali yung answer nila. That's the purpose. Okay? So, even if you are far from them, you can still lend your helping hand by attaching the lessons about these questions na medyo confusing or they forgot or medyo hindi naintindihan ng bata. So, from there, right there, marireview ka agad niya yung lesson. Okay? So, pag may check, so, pag 2 answers daw siya, okay, dapat, dalawa na yung tama. Okay? The students will see the different type of questions and their answers. Okay? So, kung mali, they would know, and the correct answer will be shown. Okay. So, back to the blank quiz. Okay. So, how are we going to, you have already preview your summative test. So, right now, pag okay na sa'yo yun, okay na to. So, that's the time you are going to publish your summative test. So, saan? Dito. So, remove natin yan dito. Send. Okay, send. So, you can send form through emails. So, if you have all the emails of the students, ilagay mo dito. But if you just want it to send the link, okay, dito yung email, ilagay mo yung email nila. But if you prefer to send the link, just click this one. And then, copy. Okay? Then, yun yung ipipaste mo sa GC. For example, this one. So, pag-paste ng students nun, okay, ito yung mangyayari sa kanila. Ito yung, yan naman receive niya. So, mas madali. Diba? So, actually, the purpose of creating the online summative test is for the students who cannot come to school and get the summative test because they are far from you or may mga, yung lugar nila is, for example, may problema, yung gano'n, especially this time right now, due to the pandemic. So, may mga restriction tayo na gina-follow. So, you can help the students. So, So, hindi na mag-worry ang bata if they could not get the hard copy of their summative test because you can send them the link of your summative. So, what else? So, I guess I have demonstrate all the different features in Google Meet. I mean, Google Form. So, okay, mag-sample tayo dun sa limit to 1 questions, ha? Okay, change natin ang settings para alam nyo. Okay, limit to 1 response. Okay, so, enable ko siya. Okay, enable ko siya. So, right now, I'm going to publish. Kunin ko yung link, copy, try kong mag-answer again. Okay? Copy, then, I'll try to open this. Okay. Again, ulitin ko yung answers ko para ma-register yung email. Then, example lang yan. Female, ICT. Okay. Right. Hindi na ako mag-upload. Okay, submit. So, meron siyang meron daw ako hindi na-answeran. Ito, add file. Kasi required ang nilagay ko kanina eh. Okay. Upload. So, if you notice, pag meron siyang ma-missed na questions, hindi siya magsasubmit. Okay. So, submit na. Okay. So, your response has been recorded. So, I cannot take the exam anymore. Walang submit another response, di ba? Kanina, meron man siyang submit another response. So, ngayon, wala. It's because you're going to limit the question, the summative test to 1 response only. Okay. So, natin po. Okay. Nag-try uli ako. Save. You've already responded. You can fill out this form only once. So, di na maka-answer ang bata o kaduha. It's because the Gmail is being recorded. Yung email address ng bata is being recorded. So, once lang. Okay? So, for more questions, if you have clarifications about creating your summative test, feel free to ask. And about the 2 schools that going to demonstrate, present their output, summative output later, ano lang ma'am, just use your ready-made PQ and then at least mga 10 questions na at least we can see the flow of your summative test that you're going to present later. So I guess yun siya. And then I will be giving 30 minutes for the preparation of your summative test output. So, okay, I will mag-ano ko ng timer ha for the 30 minutes para para may time pa sila ma'am na mag-prepare. And those others who also want to create their own summative test, you can try making it para at least ngayong pagbalik ng klase, di ba, quarter 2 summative test na nato. So, you can make and send also a link of your students na cannot come to school to get the hard copy. Okay. Sige, 30 minutes. Okay, good afternoon again. Okay, I guess all the presenter of Ampon and Dominga National High School are now ready. Sir Edwin? Tama ba ko, Sir Edwin?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, they're now ready
Wow,
and
galing.
on
Bilis
deck,
no,
ma'am.
ang bilis mo no. So, ibig sabihin, the Google Form is really an easy application for a teacher to create their own summative test. 'Di ba? I gave 30 minutes but then they just make it in 10, I guess 10 minutes only. So, ang bilis. So,
Yes, ma'am.
so advice talaga, I recommend Google Form for teachers to apply this para at least yung mga students ninyo na malayo sa inyo, hindi na mag-worry on how to take their summative test on time.
I guess it's time for us to call the first presenter, ma'am, from Ampon National High
Okay?
School. I think they're ready. Our very own school head, Sir Lyndon M. Dumael.
Hi, hello Sir Lyndon.
Hello, sir. Let us just wait for a while. Sir? Sir? Nakamute ka, sir. Hello, Sir Lyndon? Nakamute ka, sir.
Sir Lyndon, nakamute po yung mic. Oh, okay na.
Hello, sir.
Hello sir,
Okay na. Wala na ka
afternoon sir.
nakamute.
Okay na, sir. Okay na?
Okay na, sir. Okay na, sir.
Okay na.
Okay na, sir. We can hear you now.
Dili ka ayo ko makadungay. Okay. Gusto na kong buhaton.
Sir, yung ginawa mong summative test, you can present or share your screen so that our fellow educators could see.
Okay. Wait for a while ha. Kaya lang.
Okay, sir.
How dagig,
Na-pressure
sir?
ko sa
Paspas
time.
tayo. Paspas kay ka, sir. Very good kay ka, sir. Galing.
Okay. Actually, I prepared this form, this Google form. Kaning summative test, it's only for 10 items
Oh,
lang.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 10
Hindi na ako
items.
makaya.
Yes, sir. 10 items lang for the purpose of presentation at least
Okay
na
lang.
hindi mo siya. Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Sige daw.
First time na ako magamit manggod og kuan, ma'am. Uy, kaning StreamYard ba?
So,
Pati pag
wala na,
ano,
Sir Lyndon.
Okay, sir. We can now
We
see
can
your
see your...
summative test. Yes, sir. Okay.
Hello, sir?
okay.
Sige, sir. So, your subject is Phil-Aral pa.
Maklaro akong kuan, ma'am. Ako ang ano.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay na, sir. Kami na nag-share diri, sir. Makita na namo ang presentation.
Okay, so I
Yes.
just want to share to you our uh, my output in this workshop per this Araling Panlipunan 10. Maklaro ko, Sir Edwin?
Yes, yes, sir. Maklaro, sir.
Okay. So this I prepared this summative test for only 10 items because I was pressured ganiha kay limited lang atong time, no?
Right, sure.
So sa Google Form, pag maghimot ta Google Form ang good, kung say for example is multiple choice man atong gihimo, no? So lisod ka ay kwan siya, dili man siya ingon nga lisod. Dali na siya actually we can learn this platform sa YouTube. Ako sa pag na ko ani himo is lang siya sa murag ako lang nag self lang ko ani nag self learning na ko ani kay wala jud walay makatudlo sa ako dili pa jud ko ICT. So kita tanan we are capable to learn pwede sa YouTube, pwede sa atong mga kauban, and pwede sa ICT kay mga maayo gid na sila. Okay, so I prepared pagsusulit sa Araling Panlipunan 10. This is first quarter. So pwede nimo mabutang gid imuhang title dinhi o i-type lang nimo din ha pagsusulit sa Araling Panlipunan 10 and instruction like basahin nawin ang bawat tanong, piliin ang titik na may tamang sagot. Then meron tayong ang ato ang kuan dinhi is surname initial. So ato na siyang i-required para makabalo ang ato ang or kailangan i-required nato siya para kita na mga teacher nga mag check ani is makabalo ta kinsa ang mga nag-answer. Ana. Then pag dili man gud nato siya i-required kay makalimot ta kung kinsa ang nag-answer ani dili na to ma-identify ang student nga nag-answer sa ato ang form, sa ato ang summative diri sa Google Form. So importante ha nga pag maghimo ta so dapat naka-require jud siya. Ana. Then mas na ko i-share ang question ma'am no and the answer.
So you are only using the multiple choice type of question, Sir Lyndon?
Yes, multiple
Okay,
choice
okay.
type of question
Yes,
na akong gihimo.
Yes, sir. Very good. Kasi sa summative test nato is you are using the
Okay.
multiple type, di ba?
Okay.
Multiple type of questions.
Balik ta ha. Multiple choice. Klaro ba ko?
Yes, sir. You are clear.
Okay. So, importante na ma-record na to ang complete name sa bata para ma-check na to ang mga responses nila. Okay. So, I have this first question. Dali lang siya. Hindi pilit ang ako ang screen. Lang siya kay imo nimo question, i-copy lang nimo ang imuhang gi-prepare dito sa sa imuhang summative test dito sa kung tayo na nakagi-prepare sa imuhang Word PDF. Copy lang nimo siya then ibutang nimo siya question. Maghatag man ni siya og option sa imuha kung unsa imong ibutang. Then make it sure na ang option nato dinhi sa ato ang Google Form kay para kay mao man natong i-prepare ang multiple choice type of question man siya. Then the same time kapag diri sa ubos makita na to required na pwede po dili nimo i-required kung gusto ka nga ma-perfect ang bata. Ang ano man gud ang advantage pag required nimo siya, mapugos ang bata sa question kay dili man siya ma-submit kung kung i-required nimo. Okay, so dapat naka-required siya tanan. So sa tanang atong mga question nga gipanghimo, okay, like for instance number 2, naka-required siya. Number 3, sa number 3, okay, naka-required siya. Inana ka importante ang paghatbutang nato og kaning pag pili nato required option. Mao na ang advantage niya. Then basig unsa pa kataas ang imong question din mo hang Google Form is iano gina siya nakataas nimo na na option sa multiple choice diri like A. Pinakataas ni mga option din kaning ang solid waste na ito ay mga basurang nagmumula sa mga paaralan. Ipaliwanag or paano kailangan man na siya mga answer ana usually diri sa aral pando kay para madali lang po og paste ana na siya. Tapos again kung sa kataas ang imong question pwede na siya mabutang sa Google Form and even the longest option po diha sa imong questionnaire pwede po na siya dinhi sa ato ang mga options. Dili lang kay limited ang ato ang number of words diri sa kada option. Pwede siya masigun sa siya kataas. So amo lang is diri lang sa paghimo lang ni nga naa siya title unsa nga subject in same time required ang pangalan then ang mga option bata is ang answer sa mga bata kada question is ma-submit gyud siya sa ato ang responses. So kani siya 1 2 hangtod 10. Okay, hangtod number 10 ato ang summative test for example. Tahay na humana ang mga bata og answer dinhi. Diri na makita tanan sa responses. Okay.
Hello, sir? Hello, sir. Napakadala, sir? I think, Ma'am May,
Sir?
the presentation of Sir Lyndon is okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, thank you, Sir Lyndon. Congratulations, sir. So, job well done.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
thank you kay sir. Okay. Sa gini sa school si sir sa no?
Ampon National High School,
Ampo
ma'am.
National High School. Okay. Congratulations to Ampo National High School. Okay, may we proceed to the next presenter, Sir Edwin?
Okay, let's call on the next presenter from Dominga National High School. Ma'am Mary Bell Andres and Sir Ronald John Cueme.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am, sir?
Yes, you are.
Okay,
you are,
so,
ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
um,
Mary Bell.
Mag-share screen ako, ma'am.
Yes,
Mag-share
congratulations. Ikaw yun ang isa sa lucky.
Ako din ang pinakaswerte ka.
Yes.
Kadali lang, ma'am, ha.
Okay.
Mag-off lang po ka, ma'am, ha, kay
Sure.
daot man din ang camera.
So, dili gid makita
Visible na ang screen, ma'am.
Loading. Okay na. Okay.
Okay, so before I will present our our output for this afternoon, I would just like to greet a pleasant afternoon to everyone, to Dr. Fortunato Bisagayno, to our dear school heads, especially the school head of Domingan National High School, Sir Jerry O. Cañete, sir, to all the teachers of Domingan National High School and also our viewers for today's session. So, I am Mary Bel Andres, the representative of Domingan National High School, presenting our Google assessment. So, ulbaan ko.
Relax lang,
So, mao
relax.
ni siya among output, ma'am. Actually, my first time to have or to make a Google assessment, since we are following or we are using module, pure jud mi na module sa Dominga, since we don't have stable connection. So, module jud, and then swerte kaayo ko kay ako ang napili sa Dominga
Yes.
na present. So this is my first time, ma'am, but I already experienced making Google form para sa online attendance for work from home. And nag-explore
Okay.
pa lang ko, ma'am. So while having the discussion, I was also navigating my laptop and exploring, ma'am. So sorry kaayo ko. Mara dyan yung mabuhat. So magsugod
Okay,
ko,
yes,
ma'am. So
yes, okay.
this is the title of my quiz is Q3 summative test in English 7, since I'm handling English 7 to 10, English 7, so I use English 7 as my sample for this afternoon. Um, the questions, ma'am, are not really coming from the summative tests that we are using, but since I only have few kanang time, I just browsed sample questions from the internet in order for me to use here in the presentation. So, first is the email, last name, first name, middle name of the student. I also follow your sample kanina, ma'am, sex, male or female, followed by the section. So this is, we only have one section in Domingan National High School, but for sample purposes, I made use three sections that the students will be going to choose. We have Mercury, Venus, and Earth. And then I only have 5 samples, ma'am, of multiple choice. So the first one is ito. Example is blank, the street is slippery. So for example, nag-answer ang bata og be careful. I also put the answer key, ma'am,
Okay.
of this question. So the answer is ito, be careful. So if the student will be answering be careful, 1 point for that question. And then followed by another question, second, the third, fourth, and fifth. I only prepared 5 questions kasi di na ako makaabot sa time, ma'am. So these are just samples of multiple choice type of questions in having Google assessment summative test. So next is I also try to explore, ma'am, and then test 2. Look and analyze the image shown below and answer the following questions. So I also Oh, kuan, ma'am, the questions of this assessment are not connected. Kung unsa lang jud ang nasulod sa akong utok, ma'am, nag-search lang ko sa Google ug unsay pwede na akong mabutang. So since na dito short answer and then maglagay ng picture, so I put pictures so that the students will not be bored in answering your online Google assessment. So nagbutang ko, bisag unsa lang ni na picture, ma'am, and mo ni ako ang nakuha sa online. So the first question is, what do you think? What is the subject matter of the image? Explain your answer briefly. So I also place 5 points for this question, and then the answers are the students will be answering the question here. So muna ang first question, ma'am. And then another is the same picture but different question. What do you think the artist was trying to convey? That is coming from the picture. So I prepared 2 questions for the short answer type of test for test 2. Okay pa, ma'am? Audible pa
Yes,
ko,
yes.
ma'am?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So,
Go on, go on.
and then, so, mao to, ma'am, test 2, and then followed by test 3, nag-try pod ko og lahi na pod na type of test, ma'am. I tried to have matching type of questions. So again, the questions are not really related for as long as I will be able to apply this kind of or this type of question Pero puhon ma'am, if ever mag Google assessment mi in kanang sa tinuod na gyud, so i-connect na namo or mag-import na mi og questions just like what you have taught us earlier ma'am. So kanang sample lang ni siya ma'am. Kani ang akong sample. So match the following fruits to their color. So banana, and then the students are going to choose the color and then my choices. Ayan. So dito lang nag-end, ma'am. I had three um tests. Test one, multiple choice, followed by the short answer, and lastly is the matching type. So earlier, ma'am, while having the discussions, I let my co-teachers answer the ano ma'am kay para matry na mo if ever naga-work ba or magawas ba ilang score or kanang moabot ba jud sa akong email ilang answers ma'am. So we had a dry run or nag-practice me ma'am. So I received some answers or responses from my colleagues, and these are their responses. So nag-send sa ko og
Yes.
answers si Ronald Gueme, si Argeline, nag-try pod ko sa akong other email ma'am, and then si Arat, and then si Sir Caniete po nag-answer. So, si Mamuela. So, I let them answer my quiz, ma'am. And then, these are their answers. Maoni. So, ilang scores? Naadi-ari, ma'am. So, number one question, all of them got the correct answer. So, number two then, number three. So, as a teacher, looking at the responses of your students, you are already aware of the scores gotten by your students. So, at least you are guided, ma'am. Kay, di ba, pag Google form, ma'am, if ever, kuan, makita nimo diri sa percentage kung pila kabuk ang nakuha ani na question, pila ang wala. So, mo to siya. Dara ma'am. So sa test 3, hawt kaayo akong mga kauban nagkuha og
Yes.
color. Kabalo ko sa color sa banana ma'am, na ang banana kay color yellow jud. So walay banana na nahilaw dito sa ilang bukid kay hinog ka na nilang banana kay yellow jud sila.
Yes.
So that's it ma'am, and then followed by, so hawd pud sila na ang pongkan kay orange. So bright jud ang mga taga Dominga ma'am kay hawd sila sa kuan, color sa mga prutas. So that's it, ma'am. And then, mo to siya. So after all the edits, ma'am, kay nag-edit ko ganina, samtang nag-answer me is I look for some correction. So afterwards is send, ma'am, and then dara ang link. So mo ni siya, ma'am. So I just copied, for example, ma'am, sa amua is I just copied the link and then send it to our group chat, ma'am, and then my colleagues open the link and then the answer nila dito, ma'am, and those are the responses that I've got from them. So, maulang to, ma'am, and good afternoon again. Salamat kayo sa pagpaminaw mayong hapon sa tanan.
Okay. Thank you kay Ma'am Maribel. With the short time, first time niya naghimo og Google form, and yet
Yes.
you can see na-integrate niya ang different types of tests, the multiple choice, the multiple grid, and what else, the checkbox. So, really appreciated, ma'am, na you have applied what you've learned this afternoon.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am, and more applications pa pohon,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes, okay. Integrating, importing your TQs sa Google Form would be a lot easier pa yun. Pag imo pa siyang ma-apply pa yun akong gitudo later. Ma'am, no? Okay. Mas madali naman siya. Especially if
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
previously created a Google Form online quiz. So, import mo lang siya, then it will merge immediately to your latest assessment, form of assessment.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Thank you kay Maribel and Sir Lindon. Very for being so bali immediate dayon ilang mga result no sa atong presentation with just 10 minutes 10 minutes lang naana sila no, di ba? So teachers as affiliate educators one good kay ta very ready kita for a new knowledge na gi-impart sa ato and then very energetic kita mo apply ana sa ato ang daily life para maging easy ang ato ang form of assessment sa atong mga bata. Okay, I guess that's for today, Sir Edwin. Thank you
Yes,
very much
ma'am.
for all the participants, and I hope you learned something for this afternoon. Okay, thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am May M. Abinoha, for that very informative and interactive discussion on the use of Google Form on assessment. Truly, the use of Google Form in assessment is really helpful because you can check the work of your students easily and you can monitor their progress along the way. If we just
Yes.
try to explore and use technology such as these Google Forms, it will really be easy for us teachers to do assessment. For
Yes,
now,
yes.
let us take a 5-minute health break. You may use this time for personal necessities or even take a snack or prepare a cup of coffee while I read some of your comments on our FB page. May I remind our teachers to fill in your attendance using the attendance link and also post or comment your questions on our comment box because we will be entertaining those questions later. So I'll be now reading some of your comments from a Facebook user. Still watching from the Lagdag National High School. Very detailed presentation, Ma'am May. Hopefully all of our students have internet connection para tanan sila makatry ani na kind of assessment. Thanks much, Ma'am. Yes, that's very important nun na all of our students will have Google account, internet connection, kay usahay man gud dili na to ma-implement sa tanang students ba, we still use paper and pencil or send them a copy or a printed copy of assessment pag dili wala sila internet or Google account. So hopefully puhon. Next, from Evs Rod, something ko basa. Evs, from Sir Kibete. Sir, sorry sir. Good afternoon. Still watching together with the 58 others from Tambobong NHS. Thank you, Ma'am May. Hello, sir, and from the teachers of Tambobong National High School. Good afternoon. Very informative po yung presentation, Ma'am May. Salamat sa new knowledge po. Hoping lang na may internet connection lahat ng students so that they can access this type of assessment tool. Quite easy din po sa teachers in checking the output. Yes, very easy po to check their outputs when using Google Forms. Thank you again, Ma'am May. From Teacher Dada, nindud jud ng GF or Google Form. Ilabi na mga ICT students kay malingaw sila habang nag-answer kay news sa ilang pananaw. Ang disadvantage lang usahay kay naiuban struggle kaayo signal sa ilang area. Maglisod og sulod. Pero overall, nindot kaayo siya impact. Salamat, Ma'am May Abinoha, for more additional information. Thank you, Teacher Dada, for that comment. And from a Facebook user, thank you, Ma'am Abinoha, for the very informative session. I have seen some summative assessment using Google Forms sa mga tambayan before. Nakita ko yung advantage, di ko lang alam paano gagawin. After this, Mpre, try ko gumawa at gamitin sa mga students. Sana lahat ng students may access sa internet. Sana all students may access sa internet. And I'll be reading a little announcement. We are also proud to congratulate the winners of the 2021 Brigada Escuela Best Implementing Schools, winners from Cluster 7 and 9 division level. First, from small category, from Cluster 9, third place, Ampon National High School with their school head, Lyndon M. Dumael. Congratulations. Cluster 9 again, from medium category. Third place, Maria Cristina P. Belcar Agricultural High School with their school head, Sir Marlon A. Bernados. From Cluster 7, most sustained school. Second place, Jose T. Quiboloy National High School with their school head, Sir Masiste Lopez. Congratulations, and we thank all of the stakeholders who were very helpful during the Brigada Escuela. And the Brigada Escuela is still ongoing, and we still ask for help. Not really ask for help, but ask for assistance from our stakeholders to help improve the schools. And let me read more comments from Ma'am Marie Cor Hasiman. Thank you so much, Ma'am May. Very comprehensive po. You have cleared out my mind on this Google form. Watching from Sirib National High School. Again, you can post your questions so that we can entertain it later. From Mirvik, thank you, Ma'am Bell, for sharing your output. Galing. With two claps. From Ma'am Rona May Sapid, hoping I can use this assessment tool. Thank you, Ma'am May, for sharing your expertise. Still watching from Tambobong National High School. I believe we are now ready for our next speaker for today with the discussion on problem-based and project-based design, a tool for developing students' conceptual knowledge. Without undue delay, please help me welcome Ma'am Melanie B. Anaviso, Teacher 2 of Kalina National High School. A virtual applause, please.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. To our cluster head, Dr. Fortunato Bisagayno, to our Kalina National High School Principal, Dr. Romulo N. Perata, to other school heads of Cluster 7 and Cluster 9, to the other resource speakers and teachers, good afternoon. This time I will be sharing to you the topic about PBL, a tool for developing the students' conceptual knowledge. I will be using some of the slides that our resource speaker had used during our regional seminar workshop on techniques and strategies of teaching mathematics in the new normal, Dr. Neldin Jerry Tutas. And just a disclaimer, most of the materials were not originally created. Some of the slides are from different sources and were modified for presentation purposes. So my outline for this topic, first is the problem-based learning. Second is the project-based learning. Third is writing a project-based learning plan. And the fourth is the PBL design overview. So for the activity one, let us go to menti.com and use the code 5151685. Let's answer this statement. List down issues that you think your students are facing or struggling in your respective subject area in the new normal. Let's see your answer. Okay. The second, mhm. And the second question is, what skills are useful in innovation-driven societies? Mhm. Okay, thank you for participating, teachers, moms, and sirs. So let's proceed. Let us now answer this question.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
And clear. Wala. Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Okay, so everyone, I am encouraging to participate in visiting menti.com. Kindly go back to the slide, sir, yung may instruction na menti.com. Yes, sir. Yung isa pa, sir, pabalik pa. Yan.
As a disclaimer,
Okay,
most of
so
the learning originally created. Some of the slides are from different sources, and
Chrome tab. Yan. Makita na po ba, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Makita na, ma'am.
Okay. So, teachers, please be encouraged to participate in this, in answering this statement. List down issues that you think your students are facing or struggling in your respective subject area in the new normal. So we already have some answers. Poor reading comprehension, yes. We also have poor study habit. What else? How about in other subjects? We also have this answer, lack parent support. So, saan na yung iba? Siguro some are still having this low internet connection. Okay, we already have these new answers. Some of the issues have this household chores. The students have different mode of learning. Yes, they have divided focus. They have this difficulty in problem solving, especially that most of the schools are using modular modality of learning. Yes, some are not able to follow instructions. At saka babalik tayo na because they cannot follow simple instruction, magfo-fall pa rin yan sa poor reading comprehension. So we have 8 participants. Out of how many tayo po? How many nga po tayo, sir?
We are
Yan.
more than 500 daw, ma'am. There are only
So I
207 ma'am, who
understand.
are watching.
So we are 207. Okay. The number is now increasing. We have 9 participants. Yeah, so the most common answer is the difficulty in reading comprehension. Thank you for participating. Let's proceed to the next question. Ano yan? Mhm. Next, let's have Okay, let's proceed to the next question. What skills are useful in innovation-driven societies? Although it's pandemic, we are we don't have face-to-face class or learning right now, but we are in education department. We are still encouraged to to develop the skills of our students, especially that we are in innovation driven society. So what do you think are those skills? Makita pa ba? Okay, let's again go back to menti.com to answer this question. And I hope teachers will participate. What do you think are these skills? Mhm. Share screen, share. So we are going to use again this code 51516852. Diba? In planning our lesson, we always uh, align our lesson in honing the skills of our students. So what do you think are these skills? Before we can design a good lesson or problem-based or project-based design, we also have to identify the skills on what specific skill are we going to use for this lesson, or what kind of skill are we going to what skill of the student are we going to hone using this lesson. Anyone? Meron na bang nag-answer? Parang wala ako nakikita. Okay, so let's just proceed. Parang meron tayong problema sa internet connection. Tama po ba, sir?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. A while ago, you were a little choppy, ma'am, and your voice
Okay.
putol-putol.
Sige. So, maybe because of the weather right now, no? So let's just proceed with the presentation, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Let's proceed. Let us now answer this question reflexively. How to create meaningful learnings in mathematics or other subjects? What are the new strategies or innovations you have done to make learning your subject area more meaningful and effective? Mhm. Let's reflect on that question. So, when we say PBL, it's either problem based or project based, but they are not in the same meaning. Let's try this situation. Let's check if this statement is soliciting problem based learning or project based learning from our students. Okay, Jay ate some bananas on Sunday. On Monday, he ate three more bananas than on Sunday. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, he ate three more bananas than the day before. By Saturday night, he had eaten 91 bananas in the whole week. How many bananas did Jay eat on Thursday? So, is this problem based learning or project based learning? You're right. This example is soliciting problem based learning from our students. Next, how about this? You are the ethics review board for your institution. You have just received this research proposal. The researcher is expecting a full report of your judgment, including rationale and recommendations. So, what do you think is this kind of learning? Is this soliciting problem based learning or project based learning? You're right. This example is soliciting project based learning from our students. When you hear PBL, you probably think of project based learning. This acronym, however, is also used for a pedagogy called problem based learning, which emerged in the late 1960s at McMaster University Medical School in Hamilton, Canada. Both PBLs, problem based learning and project based learning, are learning centered, student directed, inquiry based, experiential, and collaborative. Both involve small groups of students working to address a problem. But the goal and outcome of project based learning is the creation of a product or artifact. Although one might also be produced in a problem based activity, as all are part of a resolution to that problem. It is not a requirement. Instead, problem based learning is more often conceptual and theoretical in nature. It is also less concerned with finding correct solutions to problems and more focused on what can be learned and understood while tackling them. There are several widely available resources that present rationale for using problem based learning. School closures during the pandemic have caused the migration of teaching and learning to online platforms. It seems likely that even when schools reopen fully, a blended approach to schooling will persist, and pedagogies are suitable for both offline and online environments. When we say project based learning, it begins with the assignment of tasks that will lead to the creation of a final product or artifact. The emphasis is on the end product, while the problem based learning, it begins with a problem that determines what students study. The problem derives from an observable phenomena or event. The emphasis is on acquiring new knowledge, and the solution is less important. So, in the project based learning, students work on open ended assignments, while in problem based learning, students are presented with an open ended, authentic question. Uh, in project based, students analyze their problems and generate solutions. In problem based, students analyze the question. In the project based learning, students design and develop a prototype of solution. And in the problem based learning, students generate hypotheses that explain the phenomena. In the project-based learning, students refine the solution based on feedback from experts, instructors, and or peers. While in the problem-based learning, students seek additional data to answer the question. Many students lack a deep understanding of math concepts. So through using PBL in mathematics, it is a promising approach not only to build math understanding, but also to test students' conceptual knowledge. Teachers find it difficult to develop a real life hook for students to work through problem solving independently. So in PBL, it requires teachers to present students with multifaceted real life problems and act as facilitators supporting students in organizing their own learning. So when we say problem based learning, it is an approach to learning where problems drive learning. This means that learning begins with the introduction of a problem and that learning activities are organized around problem solving activities. Hence, the problem is the key to learning. It also relies on problems that enables a state of curiosity, wonder, or unease that makes students feel the want for information and knowledge as means to approach a solution. Problems are posed in a way that students would need knowledge to solve a problem. Students interpret the problem, gather needed information, identify possible solutions, evaluate options, present conclusions, and do not seek only one answer to a problem. Here are the examples of problem based learning. A chocolate company needs to reduce the cost of packaging its chocolate products and at the same time try to increase the profit from the sales of each. What do you think should be done? If you're the packaging engineer in this company, the second problem is given the coordinates of three different points in a plane, how can one determine if they all lie on one line or if they form the vertices of a triangle? Mhm. Here is another example of the problem based learning. Your friend tells you that she is having a lot of tummy aches. She is scared and doesn't want to tell an adult, but would like some help figuring out why. What will you do? So that is an example of problem-based learning. When we say project-based learning, it is an instructional approach built upon learning activities and real tasks that have brought challenges for students to solve. These activities generally reflect the types of learning and work people do in the everyday world outside the classroom. PBL is generally done by groups of students working toward a common goal. By J. Stevers of 2010. In project-based learning, there is a wide variety of the type of project that teachers use in math class projects or even in other subjects. Some teachers present a scenario for the project and have students take the role of a person in the workplace. And I know most of you are already doing this. This is this is an example of project-based learning, especially in designing a winner. This project allows students to apply the geometric principles of triangles, volume, and coordinates to the mapping and design of a multipurpose arena in a limited area. The arena must serve as a venue that can be easily converted for use by two sports, plus serve as a concert venue if needed. Students will form design teams to create a map showing how the arena can be converted for the two sports. The map will be accompanied by a hand-built model or a digital design using Google SketchUp or other tool. In the final presentations, the map and design ideas will be presented to the local city council. Another example of project-based learning is creating a statistical report of a city. In a junior high school mathematics class, students work together preparing a statistical report on the state, choosing a topic such as education. The end product can be a presentation with graphs and written descriptions of significant findings. Consider collaborating with a language arts or social studies teacher for this project.
Another example of project based learning is making a design of a shopping mall. In a high school geometry class, students work as architects and design a shopping mall. Students research the design of malls and the feasible sizes for various types of stores. The end product can be a brochure, poster, or web page, presenting the design to a panel of adults or students serving as a city planning board.
In setting up groups, the optimal group size for a PBL activity is 6 to 8 students. Fewer than 6 risks placing too much workload burden on each student. More than 8 risks having some students without a defined role or having much to contribute. Smaller groups might be better with the younger students for whom expectations would be less because students are encouraged to bring prior knowledge and experiences to bear in addressing the problem. Groups comprised of students with varying backgrounds make collaboration more comprehensive, interesting, and engaging. So it's better to have 6 to 8 students. Because if it's more than that, that is what we call yung ginaingon nila nga magsalig na. Ma'am, si Kwan, si Kumbaw, may gitabang. So, yan. So, since groups take time to develop, form, storm, norm, perform, such as Brooke Tuckman says, keep the same groups intact for the entire set of problems. Students are expected to manage their group dynamic with integrity and maturity. Younger students might require more support from the teacher, particularly when conflicts arise. Yun. So magsumbong-sumbong na sila. Si kuan ma'am uwa, dyan nagtabang na ana. So, yan. It's really a challenge for us teachers, especially in terms of groupings. And of course, we teachers are responsible for grading. To be consistent with what and how students are learning, our assessments are built into 3 steps of the PBL process, as identified above. Each problem is graded out of 60 marks. So 25 marks for the individual report, 25 marks for the group report, and 10 marks for peer and self-evaluation. So here is an example template for the mathematical investigation project or the problem heuristic proposal. So with the members of the group, plan at least 3 possible heuristic project proposals that are applicable in your barangay, community, or locality. These project proposals will exhibit your competence in mathematical concepts, models, strategies, and procedures in discovering solutions to a certain problem. So here are the columns: problem in the locality, proposed project name, project deliverable, nature of the problem, and the last column is the proposed strategies. So in problem in the locality, the students will identify the existing problems in the community or locality that need to be addressed. These are problems whether environmental, physical, and the like, where mathematical concepts, models, strategies, and procedures are applicable. The pro- in the proposed project name from the identified problem, the students will create a proposed project name that captures the nature of the problem. The third is project deliverable. Project deliverables are outputs of the project plans, project reports, and even meeting minutes. Project deliverables are products, services, or mathematical applications such as system navigation, optimization, or even test assessment results. For the nature of the problem, the students will define the problem comprehensively. You need to construct a clear and insightful problem statement with evidence of all relevant conceptual factors. For the proposed strategies, present a possible strategy to solve the problem. You need to identify mathematical approaches that applies within a specific context or problem. So this is an example. So the problem is about a flood prone area. So the proposed project name is Canal of Hope. And in the column project deliverable, the possible answer would be it has huge cemented canal to cater all the water in the area. Left and right cemented canals and drainages should be the canal. It has clean canal flowing water. So the nature of the problem, the possible answer should be flood due to slight and heavy rains are one of the problem here in Barangay Pangimako, Davao de Oro. So some parts of the barangay, especially in Purok Lanzones, have been experiencing flood way back in time. So the reason for this occurrence is that the drainages and canals are too small to cater all the water, as well as there is no main drainage where the water will freely flow away from the houses. So the possible proposed strategy is that the the students will identify first the scope of the area, then draw a diagram or map that would illustrate the possible canal and constructions in the proper locations. So next, so the other problem that was proposed is access to internet connection. So the program name is, I believe, Why Can Fi. So next column, a 360 battery source piece of Wi-Fi. So one battery source piece of Wi-Fi per 300 meters. Available if there is a power interruption. So internet access is one of the problems that Barangay Sonlon has faced. Students in this area rely on piece of Wi-Fi since their data connection is insufficient to attend an online class. Students, on the other hand, are unable to attend classes due to blackout and sometimes no internet connection, which affects their academic performance. And the strategy is that they are going to draw a map and locate all the possible area for the location of the piece of Wi-Fi. Get the range of the piece of Wi-Fi signal and then build another one so that people will not travel so far for it. Another problem is that effects of spraying pesticides on the health. So pesticides health impacts of its constant usage. So coordinate with the employees of the banana plantation into the barangay. Airplane day schedule, providing the map of the total area, system navigation, facilitator or announcer to the community for the schedule one day before the spraying. So, the nature of the problem is that the banana plantation is one of the main sources of income in Barangay Pangi. However, it has become a big concern. A wide range of banana areas entails a vast range of chemicals sprayed. If people are sprayed with pesticides from the airplane, they will not only have skin itching or disease, but their crops will also be damaged. This means that it will cause major problems if this will not properly be handled to the health of the people in the community and to their crops, which is a source of food. Strategy is that a strategy that contains a map or a drawing of the total area and its corresponding number per area. Then present a table with a proper scheduling per area so that people will know and be ready for the spraying schedule. Assign a facilitator or announcer to the community for the schedule one day before the spraying. So this time for the workshop, choose K to 12 competencies to work on. Develop a problem that can be used in PBL process. The problem must enable a student to design a process of reaching the solution. Present your output using any of the technology or applications you usually use for your students. So here is the example of the PBL plan design. So the title that I made is that Pangkabuhayang Swak Maswak. So this is an example of the PBL plan design or the project-based learning plan design. So I look from the milks of business mathematics. So The content that I have chosen is about the business data. So, as you can see in the curriculum guide in the MELCs, the content standards is that the learner demonstrates understanding of business data, present them in graphs, charts, and tables. For the performance standards, the learner is able to solve problems in real life business situations, present data in graphical form, and analyze them. And for the learning competencies, give a set of business data, identify the graphs to be used. So for my learning objectives for this PBL plan design, um, first is explore the website openstat.psa.gov.ph. So this is the website of our PSA government agency. And second, give a set of business data by downloading the metadata of a business field. Third, create an infographics based on the downloaded set of business data. So they will just choose among the data presented there, and then they will create an infographics based on the downloaded set. Then for the last learning objectives, present the infographics in a simulated virtual business forum and its implications to the world of business. So for the 21st century skills, I put four C's. Here are communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creative thinking. So my problem, I put here my problem so that the students will have a clearer idea what the real situation is. So just a few months into the crisis, the impact of coronavirus disease 2019 on small firms has already resulted in huge layoffs and closures. Many small firms are financially vulnerable, and the possibility of closure projected length of the crisis. In this case, business sectors are inviting your firm to participate in a business forum. There will be 6 groups in your firm assigned as a research team to present the data needed on what would be the best product or service to create that would be of great demand in the new normal. And for the acquisition of learning outcomes, first is navigating and exploring for data available from the reliable online source, which is the website of the PSA. Observing and interpreting the data in appropriate graphical forms. Third is interpreting the data, presenting conclusion and recommendation. So, students shall be divided into groups assigned as a research team. First, groups shall navigate and explore the data available in the website. Second, students shall download the data of the business field they are most interested. Third, each group shall create an infographics based on their downloaded business data using Canva or Photoshop, then save it in JPEG format. Members of the group shall communicate via email, FB Messenger, Zoom, and other online platforms that would help them in the duration of the task. And fourth, each group shall interpret the infographics and present it to the simulated virtual business forum. They shall present their conclusion and recommendation on what would be the best product or service to create that would be of great demand in the new normal. For the ICT resources and materials, first is internet to navigate the website of the PSA and virtual presentation of the output. Second is the Excel programs to view the downloaded data from the website. Third is the graphics programs like Canva and Photoshop in creating the infographics. Fourth is about the presentation programs to present the output. And fifth is the email and communication programs to communicate. It could be Facebook Messenger or text messaging. Yan. ICT using skills. So The skills is that the ability to use application software, ability to use online communication tools. And for the technology used by the students in the presentation, they are going to create an infographics using Canva or Photoshop and present it together with the conclusion and recommendation reports using PowerPoint or any presentation programs. For the technology used by the students in the presentation, yeah, for the evaluation, the infographics and presentations shall be evaluated through the use of rubrics. And for the resources needed, textbook, printed, and digital modules, electronic resources. Yeah, and the last part is the reflection and suggestion for future applications. So that ends my topic. So just like what Albert Einstein said, it is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. So thank you and have a good day.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Melanie. Do you have any additional message? Hello, Ma'am Melanie.
Hello, sir. Um, I think we don't have enough time already for the activity for the teachers to make the
Yes,
PBL
ma'am.
design. So I think we can have it homework na lang siguro and at least one one design per school. Pwede ba yun, sir? I know
If
some most of the
the
teachers are
students are
already
listening.
using the problem-based and project-based design. However, yung design lang kasi is very very detailed. Just like Ma'am Sunga just like what Ma'am Sunga had said that our assessment should be aligned with our MELCs. So, yun lang. Yung details lang ang kailangan nating idagdag sa ating mga projects or problems na nire-require sa ating students.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ma'am Melanie.
Thank you,
Virtual
sir.
applause for Ma'am Melanie, please. At this point, we will now proceed to the most interactive part of today's event, which is the open forum. We will now be entertaining your questions regarding today's sessions. Let us acknowledge once again the speakers for today, Ma'am Lucia M. Sunga, Ma'am May M. Abinoha, and Ma'am Melanie B. Anaviso. Ma'am, are you there, ma'am? Welcome, Ma'am May M.
Hello,
Abinoha,
sir.
Ma'am Melanie, and we're waiting for Ma'am Lucia. So for questions, kindly type them in the comment section below. We are asking for your questions. If you have clarifications regarding the topic, this is the time for you to ask our speakers. It wasn't a question a while ago. They're asking for uh, PowerPoint, the files that you use daw, ma'am. The PowerPoint presentations, the video presentations, if they can have those as references po. Hello, Ma'am Lucia. Good afternoon once again, ma'am. So again, ma'am, they're asking if they could have
Hi, good
a copy of the
afternoon,
files that you
sir.
used a while ago, ma'am, like
Yes,
your
sir.
PowerPoint presentation.
I'm going to send it to Sir Villasa po.
Okay,
Mamaya.
thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hey, good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to send it to Sir Villasa po. Mamaya.
We are still waiting for questions from our viewers. If you have questions, kindly comment
Yes,
them in the
sir.
comment box in the FB
Sir
page.
Edwin, regarding sa
Yes, ma'am.
slides, I already send it to the Mpre GC.
Okay.
Nandito ang
Yes,
slide.
ma'am. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Sir Edwin, regarding sa slides, I already sent it to
So
the chat.
again, after the session today or after the program today, kindly fill in the
Sir Edwin,
valuation
regarding
link.
the slides, I already sent
Sir
it to the
Romulo
chat.
Peralta. Good afternoon.
Sir Edwin,
Kalina
I have a
National High
question
School.
from May Abinoha. Since we are still waiting for questions to be given to us by our participants, this is just something because I like the topic that was presented by Ma'am May Abinoha. It will make actually the life of teachers doing the summative assessment every now and then. So, and I think we will also be minimizing the cheating, the online cheating, if we're going to have that Google exam. Tama ba ko, Ma'am May, no?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
First is, Ma'am May, pwede ba nato isort ang mga questions? For example, you are giving another set of tests for that particular student. Pwede ba nato masort ang mga questions, ana?
So, you
Like,
mean Marishaffle,
like what
yes,
we did
sir?
in Kalina National High School, di ba ma'am? When we had our special exam, the face-to-face exam with students who were not able to take the exam during the regular schedule, kaya nang-absent sila, wala sila nakakuhaan eh. So the tendency is they were able to pass on the answers or give the test to their classmates. So dili ba siya, pwede ba siya kanang bali-baliho ng question kung kuan? Pwede ba siya masort? Sige daw ma'am.
Yes, sir. The questions can be reshuffled. Nasa settings, sir. Kato akong give-view kaganina. So, i-enable
Okay.
lang nimo ang shuffle. So, automatic, kinsay maglagi, hindi siya pareho og numbering. So,
Automatic din
cambio siya.
ma'am, ang mga answers ana
Yes, sir.
mahatag yapon sa imuha.
Yes, sir. Same lang, sir. Kinamo ka,
Okay.
nakaset man sa answer key.
I think this is something that we have to learn. Nga
Yes,
naman,
sir.
we minimize the online cheating kasi when we give out the summative assessment during, of course, at the end of the quarter, what happens is we give the sheet to the students.
Yes.
Nya pag nahatag na siya, while answering the questions using the hard copy, but pasabot na I can send my answers to my classmates. But if we're going to have the online, they do not have the time para kuan. The only problem that we're going to encounter, the possible problem is ang internet connection. But this is an option. For example, you'll be asking the students nga, unsa man mag-online ka o daily or nagduda ka sa estudyante gud ba nga basig nangopya ni sila or nganong pareho magid ni sila nga giilistan ng and it happened to Kalinan National High School. Tama ba ko? Taga-Kalinan nga mga teachers. Mura bag di pa photocopy ang summative assessment niya gibutangan lang og kanang kuan, gisulatan lang kadali para maragi kopya gud ba. So this time if we're going to have the online exam, automatic they do not have the time para mag-chat-chat. Kay pwede man kamo ingon dito nga the other students will also be having different set of tests. Kay gi-reshuffle na ito siya. So pwede nato ma-minimize ang cheating dito dapita. And automatically we can generate whether the answer is correct or not based dito sa ilang gi-answeran ma'am no.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
tama. Ganahan ko aning butangan eh. And I think we have to learn. Every teacher should learn about the Google form nga ing ani. Ako siguro ang kuan, wala pa kay nag-cut on ani but later on I'll be learning also the way of giving exam using the Google form. Thank you Ma'am May sa pagtubag.
Yes, sir. Additional po, sir. Actually, in Google Form, you can also set the date when you are going to give. At the same time, you can add timer. For example, iset nimo siya good for 30 minutes. So the students, so while start nag-answer siya, so ang timer nag-count na. So kung mangita pa siya sa lain nga, mag-search pa siya, makulangan na yung oras. You can add timer. So kay automatic, mo stop man ang iyang exam as long as mo meet na sa time.
Okay, salamat ana ma'am. I also would like to congratulate those two presenters nga naghatag og sample kaganiha. Dito ko dapit kay Maribel. Dili tungod kay kaila ko sa iya pero dito ko nga what if the question is refer to the first picture that was presented in the early sheet. Pwede ba na siya ing ana, dili ba na siya pwede maka-delay sa bata para mag-answer kay kung naa na dito sa next page di ay tungkuan, para pagbalikon nimo ba kung kani siya refer to illustration number nga nahuman na siya kay Halimbawa, sa illustration, isa ka illustration, and you're going to have multiple questions. So, pwede siya dito lang mag-refer sa kuan.
Sir, dito na siya mabutang sa add sectioning, sir. Kaya di ba, kung mag-next, dito na siya ibutang. So, kung nakay isa ka picture, tapos naka check question, so mag-add kag sectioning. Para dito lang siya permanente.
Ganahan ko ani. I think I'm going to implement this one in Karinan National High School. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, I have here na nakitaan question, Sir Edwin, ha. Ma'am May, I
Yes, ma'am.
suggest na butangan og time limit para ma-minimize. Yes. Like what I've said, if you're going to add a timer, use your Gmail, not the DepEd account. It's because you cannot add additional features kay malanggid pa ta sa admin. Pero kung Gmail imong gamiton, you can add timer using the form presenter. So, yes, you can add timer. So, same lang gyapon, everything is the same. The only difference is mag-add lang siyang timer, mo set siya sa date when ka mag-give sa exam. It's because pag maski pag i-send mo ang link sa bata niya, ang date sa exam is March 20 pa. Pag open niya sa link, dili gyud siya. The exam will be opened on. Na siya mag-note siya opened on. So dili gyud siya ma-access.
Tama.
Ano siya
Very good na.
kakuan?
Very good.
Yes, sir. So probably sa kuan siguro sa kung nata Mpre kaning sa home school base siguro pwede to mga uban ICT, especially those who have knowledge in Google Form with addition mag-add on sa mga timer, you can share it with your fellow educators unsaon pag-add sa timer para mabutangan gud nila.
Okay, excuse me, ma'am. We have a question here, ma'am, from Sir Kaloy. For Ma'am May po, can Google Form be sort of interactive?
What do you mean by sort of interactive?
Ano, ma'am, interactive. Maka-interact siguro yung student, ma'am, while answering.
Yes, sir. Actually, sa teacher and students, you get mag-add-on lang gihapon kasi is because naamay mura og add-ons gihapon sa Google nga chat live. It can be. So actually using the add-ons in Google Form, daghan kitag mahimo sa Google Form.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So if you still have questions, kindly type them in the comment sections below. So they're here and they're ready to answer all of your questions. And if you have additional ma'am, information regarding your topics, you can say it, ma'am, while waiting for the questions from our viewers.
Sir Edwin, this is not
Yes, sir.
actually a question for Ma'am Sunga, but maybe some tips in making our tests. For example, let's try to read and reread everything before we ask the students to take the exam. Because in the first presentation that was given this morning, for example, sa grammar na side, which of the following statements, it has to be plural. Kana, tanawon gid na nato kay hinawayon ba pud ni mga ginikanan no. So tanawon nato na siya kay basig masawayan ta.
Yes, sir.
Then, when it is a sentence, you place period. But if it is a fragment, wala siguro siya period at the end. Then, we also have to think of the austerity measure that we implement in the Department of Education. I just would like to comment the example given this morning by the Science Department, I think, si Giovanni Tubal,
Tubal, sir.
okay? As well as si Ma'am katong master teacher from Baguio National High School.
Si Ma'am Marval, sir.
Yes. Before we print our module for distribution, our department heads actually submit the master copy to the office. Then every time they submit, sa science kay makita nako that the font size are too big, the font size too big. Because the standard for exams, siguro maingon kag mga 11 at 10.5 or 11 lang ang font size dapat. Kay para ma-minimize nato ang number of pages. Kay kung maingon kag 14, the 14 is only applicable for grades 1 to 4. Pero sa exam, para gina siya 10.5 to 11. Nya, that's austerity. nya naaga ni ka ng mga header gani nga tag-as kaayo, like nakabutang Department of Education nya sa ubos na naputong pang bottom nga unsa pa tong mga
Footer,
information
sir.
dito, o nga tanan makita siya in all pages, nga if you try to remove the header as well as katong nasa pinakaubos, makatipid ta sa number of pages nya. Ang mga spaces gani, when we give choices nga word lang siya or numbers lang siya, dili siya kinahanglan nga maglinya sa left side tanan, kundi pwede siya nato ibutang sa right side sad ang mga choices. We only have four choices, therefore we can have two columns of the choices that we're going to make in our exam. That's something nga tan-awon nato siya. Then nakita na ko kaganiya sa sample nga gihatag, the choices are found in the next page. The stem is found in the first page, but the choices are found in the next page, which is a violation in test construction. The stem as well as the choices should be found in one page, not in separate pages. So kato siya ang tan-awon nato para because the face value of an exam would also affect the way the students will take the exam. So maka-apekto gid ang face value ana kay kung nagkatag ang exam pag tan-aw pa lang daan first page pa lang daan, kung nagkatag na murag malain na. Siguro this is just a suggestion for all the test construction or test developer of the division na tan-awon nato nga inig-abot sa eskwelahan, because we simply print the modules as well as the summative assessment test. But what happens, na sobrahan kadaghan, you try to imagine having 8 pages sa kuan, 8 pages diha sa atong exam. Therefore, every student will have 4 pieces of bond paper every summative exam. So kung nakay 5,000 tanan, 5,000 times 4 pages, 20,000 na tanan, i-divide na nimo sa number of reams. So murag daghan kay magamit nga papel. Sa bagay, it's not the principal is spending the money for that. But you have to remember, we are implementing the austerity measure in our school. Kay para ma-minimize nato ang number of pages. Yeah, ang font size kana importante gid na siya. Then ang mga pagkabutang ana. But I don't have any question with regards to some rules in test construction that were presented to us by Ma'am Sunga this morning. Kato lang. Siguro kung may mga pangutana, napasi Ma'am siguro di mo tubag niya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We have a question here. I also suggest po na instead of text ang ibutang sa question, picturean nara, ano siya? Picture nara dilang siguro mamno. Para dili maka-copy paste po ang question. Ang disadvantage lang sa po is mag-take time sa picture and insertion po. Siguro sa Google Form ni siya naka-address, ma'am.
Kana siya, sir, mura kung picture nimo, dili nimo siya makuha ng answer key. So the best way is to set timer. It's because it would take time. Kay kung maskin pag mag-copy paste na siya, kung naay timer, magdali-dali gyud na siya, sir, kay kulangon gyud yung oras. Especially if you're just given
Siguro
of
in
30
essays,
minutes.
ma'am. In writing essays siguro, ma'am, to validate if the students really answered the answer or
Okay, sa essay,
picturean ba
sir,
siya?
is
Sir Edwin o Mamay, basig ang pasabot aning nag-question aning since our exam or summative test are coming from the division office, centralized na siya, gusto niya siguro nga i-copy, i-picturean na lang tong stem as well as the choices, and that we are going to place the picture dito sa Google Form. Pero imong explanation, Ma'am May, nga kung ingon ana dili nato ma-generate ang answer key, tama ba ko?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mas
Okay.
dugay, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it would take time actually to retype the test. Tama siya. Pero if this will become more convenient for us, I think we have to do this one. We have to implement this one in our school. Kung mas mapadali ang pag-check, kumbaga pa, we are actually teaching our teachers kung saan siya pagbuhat for their convenience, dili sa kanang kuan dili sa kanang kumbaga pa dili gyud ingon nga maglisod-lisod. If you ask me to i-retype na lang nako rather than taking pictures para ibutang nako dito sa Google Form, I would rather do the retyping because I can generate the answers afterward. Ana siguro siya. Basig ana yang buot pasabot ma'am or basig ako lang
Yes, sir.
nabugo. Go.
Okay, regarding po additional po adto sir, regarding anang summative test coming from the division. So kung kapuyan na ta mag-type, actually we can take a picture of the summative test and then we will use the online OCR. Automatic na siya i-generate niya as Word. So i-copy paste, pa-copy paste lang gyapon ninyo siya. So dili na mo mag-type og isa-isa. So you just take the picture of your the hard copy of the summative test and then you're going to convert it online using the OCR application. Automatic pag download nimo ana naka-word na siya so you can copy and paste the test. So everything actually it says that ang technology daw makes life easier. If you use if tan-aw nimo naglisod ka sa technology, there's something wrong. You're not using it the right way. Ana daw siya.
We're not using it the right way, Judy ay ma'am.
Yes. Kay actually technology makes life easy gyud. Pero kung taon mo naglisod ka, uy unsa man yun nga, wa man ni nagkadima, uli nag mag-burden man yun kaysa kuha. So na siya mga steps adto. It's just actually naalang na alaw, kuan lang gyud ta mo, explore lang gyud ta because it's all
Yes,
there. Yes, actually during the time katong naay mga students sa senior high school last previous years nga naa sila murag test research and then naa sila mga kuan daghan kilang i-type. So what I told them, you just take a photo of that and then kung naa ka i-edit, just convert it into text using the OCR application and then pag mag-edit ka kuulan nimo tong mga text nga pwede nimo siya i-edit nimo. Kay ready naman siya.
That's the beauty of ano ma'am no, like activities like this Mpre ma'am. You can share your ideas ma'am ba to make other schools could ma'am na apply nila and then mas dali ilang trabaho. One thing I can remember ma'am during our Mpre 2017 pa ata to ma'am nag-share ang Maria Cristina P. Belcar anang tugong zip grade ma'am.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Oh, grabe gid siya kadali na lang ang trabaho ma'am. And I think nga then ugma daghang pagkikita makatunan regarding a lot of topics ma'am and we thank you speakers for sharing your knowledge regarding these.
Yes sir.
So here is another question ma'am. Ma'am May, for example, in the middle of the exam, there was an internet connection problem as in totally disconnected. Can the students repeat the exam on the same link?
It depends on the settings, sir. Gibutang, ma'am Marie, depende sa settings. If you set it na one take lang, automatic, the learner cannot take the exam. O automatic, maputo siya. Kay 0-0 na to siya dito. Kay imo man siyang set as one limit to one response. And then, na-record man iyahang kuan.
Kung wala pa na-submit, ma'am.
Kung wala pa na-submit, okay lang. Wala pa, ma'am. Kung wala pa na-submit, makatake pa siya exam. Pag
Di ba
wala pa
masave pa na
na-submit.
siya, ma'am?
Dili,
Imong,
sir.
ano,
Unless
imong
masubmit siya,
answers?
sir. Dili siya, mabalik, sir. Mabalik siya, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
So Ma'am
Mabalik
May,
siya.
tama ang pangutana ni Mama Siman. Si Mama Siman ba to siya? What
Yes,
if
sir.
at the middle of the exam nagkaroon ng disconnection of the internet? What will happen to the test? What will happen to the answers of the students? It will not be dili siya madawat because it was not saved, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
It can also be another reason for a student, ay nag-disconnect ko ma'am. Bisag wa gud nag-disconnect good. So sige na lang siya atik-atik kay nakita naman niya it's just actually shopping some answers from his classmates. Pwede siya no. So diha na musulod siguro ang i-reshuffle na po siya balik. Then you can ask the students na ani siguraduan lang nga dito ka sa internet connection nga naay kusog nga internet connection. Ayaw diha dapit sa mga kabukiran. Dito kung kinahanglan ka mo naog kay taga Marilog ka ani na lang. Ana kay ngano
Yes, sir.
para malikayan gid nato ang cheating. para malikayan nato ang cheating. Kay grabe
Can I
ang
add
cheating karon
something?
ng mga
Can I add
panghitabo.
something po, Sir May?
Yes, ma'am, Ma'am
Yes,
Lucia.
si
Na to
ma'am.
avoid cheating po, no, pwede po nato i-jumble. Nga si student A, ito ang order ng kanyang exam. Student B, iba naman ang order ng kanyang exam. Di ba? Pwede na siya, May.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Pero kung
Then,
ang set
another
sa
is,
ang set for example ma'am is for example student A lahi ang mga forms of questions.
yes.
Pero automatic mag-reshuffle gyapon na siya.
Yes, oo, oo.
Yes,
Ano
ma'am.
siya, to avoid cheating. And another is, yung option, yung attempt. Once or twice lang mag-attempt si bata para to avoid copying or cheating. So, mawala na akong add-on. And also, thank you, Sir Molong, for additional tips for MCQ, constructing MCQ. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am.
Another question from Sir Ayan. Ay, from Ma'am Adele. Ma'am Luchi, I am hoping for TLE or TVE test evaluators. Maayo unta na apod kay nagkanya-kanya ra ba mihimo test questions?
Ay,
Ma'am
sir,
Lucia, ma'am.
naaman na sa inyong kuan kana sa inyong supervisor po. Kaysa amo sa English, we are top by our English supervisor sa division office. So, nara po na sa inyong supervisor kung sino ang itap niya na maging test developer and evaluator po.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thanks,
Additional, Sir
ma'am,
Edwin.
for sharing the OCR application. Yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay, wala di may kabalo naman, pwede na inanaon, ma'am. Among ginatay po usab, hago kayo.
Yes, yes, you can use the OCR application, sir. Maskin pag 50 pages na, sir, wala na kayo problemahon.
Kung
And
table,
lagi
ma'am.
tinigingon si Sir
Table
Nindot,
ko siya, ma'am.
si Teach. Kung table siya, sir, is wala ang table. Nalo to yung mga data. So,
Okay.
mag-add na lang kag table. Yes. Okay, napuntigingon si Sir. Okay daw kaayo si Sir. Naku, nakitaan din kay na daw proof nga nag-take og exam. It's because if you notice, na-encounter yun namo ni no during the retrieval of the summative test, mapasangin lang yun si teacher. Nga, ma'am, nagpasa man mi, ma'am. Sure yun mi, ma'am. Are you sure? Yes, 101%, ma'am. Nagpasa yun ko. So, si teacher, mawori kay hala, wasa na iyang output. So, with the Google form, di ko siya kaingon og nagpasa siya, masig wala siya nag-take kay nagi proof sa iyahang mga kuan kay the answer will be sent to your account at the same time matagaan pud nimo siya og grades at the same time. So dili gyud siya makaingon og nakapasa siya, masigwa siya nagpasa. Kay daghan na kay tag-encounter mga teachers nga pasanginlan gyud si ma'am nga nawala ang papel.
And another thing, May, sir, pwede siguro before the students will take the exam, the online exam, parang may form dyan that they're going to promise or it is a pledge that they're not going to share, they're not going to take picture or anything on the exam. And if they are caught or they are proven guilty, there is something punishment to the students. 0 minus points or whatsoever.
Well, it's actually a test of honesty, ma'am. It's a test
Yes,
of
sir.
honesty. Nga
Correct,
kuan.
sir.
Oo. Pero, I mean, sa bagay, no, we're teaching our children to be honest, but sometimes they are not honest.
Yes, it is true.
Ana ra gyud na siya.
So I think there are no further questions. Thank you so much to our speakers for today. Ma'am May M. Abinoha, ma'am, thank you. Ma'am Melanie, Ma'am Lucia, thank you, ma'am. And Sir Peralta, sir, thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge.
Thank you.
Once again, I am reminding
Thank
everyone,
you.
Thank
our
you.
viewers, to please fill in your attendance and fill in the evaluation link posted below. And I think we don't have any more questions, so let me acknowledge the broadcasting team for today. For your virtual hosts, a while ago, Ma'am Karen K. Dikdikan, and yours truly, the team leader, Cesar F. Villesa, Ma'am Sheila M. Bungalan, Mirasol H. Gumtang, Ian Bernardino, and Sir Isagani Fernandez. Again, reminding everyone to please fill in the evaluation link posted below. And let us end today's Mpre with a prayer through an AVP presentation. Have a great day, everyone. This has been your host, Edwin M. Balderas Jr. See you again tomorrow and have a great day.
Father, we give thanks that you have allowed us to work together and serve you during this meeting. We thank you for your guidance to fulfill the agenda in this meeting. We ask your blessing upon our endeavors and upon all present today. May your love and grace continue to guide us in everything that we do today and in the future. All these we pray in the precious name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.